Take a breath and take a long look around before you step, 'cause the tide is coming, swallowing the ground. And there's no way to tell if we will drown tonight or will be found tonight. Coming close. If the current gets us, then it gets us both. But we can't wait here anymore. So if the waves come, let them take us as they cover you and me, and they pull us underneath. I hope that fate will forgive us for tempting the sea. I hope that they won't forget us, but we can't go back to the way it used to be. Take it in, take a good look at what it might have been, as we're swept into the water from the shore. 'Cause there's no way they can tell us that we can't have more, because we can have more. So as the waves come, let them take us as they cover you and me, and they pull us underneath. I hope that fate will forgive us for tempting the sea. I hope that they won't forget us, but we can't go back to the way it used to be. So certain where it would take us, so sure that we were never lost to notice whether we'll be drowned tonight or be found tonight. As the waves come, let them take us as they cover you and me, and they put us underneath. It takes the shape of what will save us. Where it leads, it's hard to know, but I will not let you go. I hope that fate will forgive us for tempting the sea. I hope that they won't forget us, but we can't go I saw you in a smoky room, babe. You were a Burberry tank, some dark black pants. Cause you were so fine that I got paralyzed when I looked you in the eyes. How do we end up here tonight? With just a shot of tequila, you started moving like Selena. We moving side to side, Ariana style, girl. Till you turned around and looked at me with those dark, dark eyes, and I couldn't resist, girl. So I kissed you instantly on the spotlight, around the dance floor we stood. I'm addicted to you tonight. The story's written for you and I. You stole my heart right away that night under the stars above the sky. I'm addicted to you tonight. The story's written for you and I. You stole my heart right away that night under the stars above the sky. I'm a
Hey folks, what's up? Welcome guys. How's everybody doing this evening? Coming at you guys with a super impromptu stream. I'm sorry if I caught some of you guys off guard or whatever, but I'm happy that you're here now, big time. I'm just going to do a couple more clickety things on my keyboard that is unfortunately super close to my microphone, so if this comes across as extremely loud then I apologise, but I'm just going to quickly tweet out that I am doing a stream tonight and I'll be with you in just a second, so I might be a bit absent, more so than normal, because unfortunately no matter how many times I practice this whole multitasking thing is just not anything that I'm ever going to get good at, I don't think. But stream health looks good, you guys all seem to be quite comfortable and stuff, so yeah, just give me one moment and I'll let you guys know what we're going to get up to in just a sec, so 2 seconds. Live. For the bonus ips. Seems alright. Come say, hey, love heart. There we go. Because I put my love heart in, I feel like I need to balance that out with like another more manly emote, so I'll maybe put the sunglasses on, put a hashtag in there, why not? There we go. So you guys having a good Tuesday? I hope that your Tuesday was more exciting than mine, because mine was very bland. Nothing. I wish I could come to you guys and be like, yeah, I did this, and I did this, and then I killed this guy. Well, not killed this guy, and then I solved some crime here, and then, you know, I'd done this life-changing event. But honestly, I just had a super lazy day. Less than productive day today, which was a bit of a bummer. But you know what? Sometimes you need those days. I don't know why my thumbnail for the Twitter tweet that I just put out is Spiral, but what can you do at this point? Who gives a single shit? Not I. Alright, who we got in the chat? Anybody else I've not said hello to yet? Yes, we do. We've got loads of people here tonight. Thracian's here, obviously. What's up, Thracian? Drakan, Jamie C's here. Tom is here as well. David is here as well. Awesome, guys. Hail Satan, if you can't hail Satan, hail Wilfie. I mean, I don't know what to say to that. I'll take that as a compliment, David, but welcome. Solus is here. Hyper Sushi's here. Magnadra's obviously here as well. All the VIPs. I love it. How you guys doing? Doing well? What I'll do is I'll transition our stream across to Next Order, and then we'll talk to you guys about what we're probably going to be doing tonight, because I think we're going to play some boring Next Order. How you guys seem down for that? Even if it's just for a little while, folks. I don't know how long we're going to be on for, but we'll just chill out. I thought I'll explain my reasoning in a minute as to why we're firing on our Next Order stream, because we have been doing a bunch of Spiral recently. Where on earth did I put my controller? We've been doing a bunch of Spiral recently, but for the next couple of Next Order bonus episodes, our last few, I would imagine, I would hope at this point, we have to do some more training, because if any of you guys saw our very last bonus episode for this particular game, it was obviously against Big What's-His-Face, Bolt Boutmon, and that last episode was hella stressful. If any of you guys didn't see it, I won't spoil anything, but the fight was longer than 15 minutes, shorter than 40 minutes, somewhere in between. It was a long ass fight, and we had to use a lot of resources in order to succeed in that particular fight. So I think what we'll do is tonight I thought I'm going to run about with you guys. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to kick back and chat with you folks. So because we've played so much Next Order at this point, it's really just an opportunity for me to talk to you guys, find out what's happening in your lives. You guys can ask me whatever question you want, chit chat with me if you feel like it. If not, if you want to just sit back, eat a bowl of cereal, and watch some Digimon and watch the chat and whatnot, then you guys are welcome to do absolutely, well, whatever you guys want in any way, shape or form. So, the Mongoose is here. Welcome, the Mongoose. You've asked us, what am I going to be grinding for? So hopefully I just kind of mentioned that again. I always fall a bit behind with the chat, but I think what we're going to do is, first of all, our priority is to gather up as many resources as possible. So we're going to be doing all the boring stuff. Unfortunately, we're going to be doing some pathing on the district dimension paths. Some of you guys, if you haven't played all of Next Order, you might not know what that is. So there might be some spoilers in here. I don't know if you guys want to be involved in that or not, but of a disclaimer, we'll be doing some of the paths to try and gather resources really quickly. And then after that, what I'm going to try and do, and you guys can give me your feedback on this. This is something I just thought about off the cuff, off the top of my head. I thought about basically taking Clive and Steve here. I'm thinking of upgrading our Digivolution dojo to level 3. And then once we get up to level 3, I think what we're going to do is try and get these guys to DNA Digivolve into some Ultras. And then what we'll probably do is, in order to defeat Bolt Boutmon in the rematch for the bonus episode, which, you know, we won't be doing that tonight, we won't be rematching them tonight, but I'll be doing that in the bonus episodes. I thought we could try and get Clive and Steve up to Ultra Digivolution, and then try and get them up to max stats. Now, I don't know if we're going to accomplish all of that in one sitting. I don't even know how easy it's going to be to get Clive and Steve to DNA Digivolve into Ultra. I think that right now they can actually fuse together in order to make one Ultra, but in order for us to get the other Digimon up to a Ultra as well, and then push those guys up to max stats, we're gonna need our Digivolution dojo up to level 3, which we haven't done yet. So there's it's going to be quite slow. I think it's probably going to be really chillax. Again, if we don't manage it tonight, then it's not going to bother me in the slightest. Honestly, I'm here to kind of chit chat with you guys first and foremost. But for the most part, that is the battle plan. And we'll just stream for as long as we feel like it. Might be a short stream, might be a long stream, I don't know. We're just going to go with the flow and see what you guys fancy and all that jazz as well. Jamie says he's got an essay to write, but nothing tonight. Good, Jamie. Well, hopefully you get a break as well. Is this a different essay to what you were doing in the Spiral stream on Sunday? Or is this a continuation? Because you sent me a donation and you said that you actually got to or we were helping you complete your essay, so I don't actually know. I know Valmar was here and he finished his assignment when we were doing the last stream. I don't know how the stream is becoming. It's quickly becoming a study stream, which is unusual, but I like it. I really do like it. It's good. It's chill for me, guys. It's chill for me, and if it's chill for you guys as well, then that's a plus. But Fan Entertainment is here, dude. She says thanks for the Next Order content. Not a problem, Fan Entertainment. You are much more. I was going to say you're more than welcome, friend. So welcome to the stream. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, so big warm welcome to you especially. Soulless is going to have a movie night with the family. Awesome, Soulless. That sounds fantastic. Alright, nice. You have to tell us what you're watching though. You need to let us know what movie you guys are watching tonight. Tom says, I'm good. Had a day driving around with a mate. Whoop whoop, Next Order. Alright, whatever, Tom. Just cruising. I like it. David says, Dilly Dilly Pit of Misery. If that's that sounds like a reference to a band or something, David, but I could be completely missing the point there. Sometimes I do that. It happens. I'm sorry. Drakan says, I'm training my megas right now. I'm trying to get Rusty Tyrannomon and Darkdramon. Well, those are pretty impressive. We've never had a Rusty, or I myself have never had a Rusty Tyrannomon when playing through Next Order. I think we might have saw it once or twice inside Hacker's Memory, but other than that, not in this game. So I'm jealous. I'm jealous, Drakan. Anybody playing Pokemon? I've not picked up the new Pokemon games, David, because I don't have a Nintendo Switch, which sucks, but we are, I don't know, I've saw a lot of that, I've watched a lot of live streams. It's getting to the point where people are just grinding their live streams trying to get shinies over and over, which is quite exciting. But I myself haven't got it, but maybe one day, maybe I'll get a Switch at some point. I'm glad you guys are on board. Tom says, sounds like a plan. I'm still trying to get to that mission. I've had trouble getting the X scenarios to kick, but hopefully they'll come as I grind up my next gen. Yeah, Alexander, we had a bit of a... I'll just call you Alex because that's easier, but when we were trying to get the X scenarios to proc as well, Alex, we had a bit of bother. I mean, I told you guys in bonus episode number 5 I was hoping to get the game finished around about that time, and here we are, 16 bonus episodes later. The X scenarios keep coming. I didn't even know that half the content that we've done up until this point existed in the game. So we had a bit of drama with that as well, but nothing we couldn't handle. We got there in the end. I'm sure you will as well, Alex, so good luck with that one, dude. Alright, Soulless is watching Deadpool with the family. I can imagine sitting watching Deadpool with my mum. I think she'd find it hilarious, but then there would definitely be some awkward moments. So if you can pull that off with a tight-knit family, Soulless, then I am jealous. Because I think my dad would just get up and walk out halfway through. Who knows? He might embrace it. My mum would probably just dismiss it and be like, what are we watching? So if you guys can handle that, then I'm jealous. Feels good. Don't you have a Bancho Rollmon in the city, says Drakan, and Darkdramon? I think we have a Darkdramon in the city because we recruited him and got him. I don't know about the other one. Bancho Leomon, do you mean? We got him to the city as well, so I'm not entirely sure if we can fuse those together. I'm going to try, but we need to get our dojo up to level 3, and I'll show you guys why that's a pain in the ass in a minute. But for the most part, Jamie finished his assignment. He's on a different one now. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright guys, I think we're good to go. One last thing I need to do, as always, is just quickly, I'm going to plug my headphones in, as I always have to do. One day, I will come to you guys with a professional setup where I don't have to do this, but for the time being, because I'm a broke-ass bitch, I'm going to have to just do things the budget way. What on earth? Did that even work? I'm going to actually just check for sound here, guys. That's not a good sign. Alright, I'm going to try that one more time, and then I might even have to... In fact, if I just... You guys might have a black screen for a second while I try and get my sound back, but hopefully we can get it in just a second. I can see you guys have sound for the Elgato, which is a plus point. I'm just wondering why I don't have it in my headphones. So if you give me 2 seconds, folks, this is going to make the screen black for you guys, I think. So give me one moment. I did actually run into this problem recently, but I don't know what caused it. It's only happened once before, and for it to happen now is just absolutely typical when I've got you hip house cats with me. But all I will say is, in the meantime, just tell jokes or something, entertain yourself. Hopefully I won't end up falling over all my equipment and blowing something up, but that in itself would provide some epic stream entertainment, so who knows. Right, please just work. I'm hoping that the old classic pull it out and plug it back in works, but oh, it did. It absolutely fucking did. Alright, Hail Mary, love it. Beautiful. Alright, so now I can hear the Digimons. You can hopefully hear the Digimons. You guys can tell me if the game volume needs tweaked in a little while. And for the most part, we're good to go. Tom's been smashing... Tom's been smashing through Cyber Sleuth. And is now having a naughty cider. I like it, Tom. I like it. I'm down with that. Alright, you guys seem to be good. The firewood is annoying, Drakan. That's exactly what we're going to get on to talking about with you guys. So what I'm going to do is, if I punch this back over to this screen, so I can keep an eye on the health of the stream, and we're good to go. Alright, awesome. So guys, I'll fill you in on a brief rundown of where we are, because some of you guys won't have watched the bonus episodes and stuff, and as I say, I don't think there's... It can be... I don't know if it can be spoiler free at this point, because honestly we have played so much of the game at this point, and the game's been out since 2016, which is pretty mind-boggling, but regardless, we are obviously trying to grind up in order to do our fishing bank parts, and also to be able to fight against Bolt Boutmon. So what I'm going to do is show you guys what we need in order to do both those things first, and then we can kind of take it from there, right? So we have Clive and Steve, both Mega Digimon. They are ages 17 and 17 respectively. Alright, pretty strong. Here's the stats. I think I might be covering that up, so... Oh, what on earth have I done? Alright, I've already started breaking things. Right. So here's the stats of the guys. We've got Clive over here, and then we've got Steve here. So their stats are pretty insane, alright, for a regular Digimon. Obviously not max stats at this point in time, but for the most part they are good enough, and I think that'll be more than good enough for us to achieve what we want. I think when we actually DNA Digivolve, we might actually end up losing stats as well, but I could be wrong about that. We'll find out as we go. It's something I haven't played about with too much, and I have done it a couple of times in the past, but for the most part, not in this Let's Play anyway. We haven't even touched DNA Digivolution. These guys are really heavy. They're 304 grams, because I've just been, you know, constantly shoveling meat at them, which is kind of gross in a way, but you know what, I like eating, so it makes sense that my Digimon do it as well. Fabsy's here as well. What's up? What's up, Fabs? Who's my favourite superhero? Soulless? Not sure. Possibly Spider-Man or Batman. Those were my favourites growing up. But right, to the point, folks. So here's our fishing hole. We have 63 holy water out of 70, so we're really close at getting the fishing hole, which is great. And then on top of that, we also have our Digivolution dojo here, and we need to get the firewood, which is less than fun. It's less than fun, right? I'll show you guys why in a minute, right? Now, as it stands in this current day, the in-game, I mean, there's other things we could do as well. I want to upgrade the square at this point, but that's going to take up away all of the holy water that we're collecting. So for the time being, we're going to have to leave that. But in this current in-game day of Digimon, it is Wednesday. You guys can see that in the top left, right? As for collecting resources today, I've actually ran round with the guys. I've already done the dimension paths really quickly, and I've also collected the firewood that we can get from the Logic Volcano and also from Faulty Ex Machina, I believe. So we're kind of restricted in terms of what we can actually be doing during this day, but what I might end up doing is, first of all, we're going to go to Bonnie Resort to the Hinterland, and we're going to be picking up some holy water from the church, and then we're going to try and pass as much time in-game for these guys as possible, okay? And then we're going to try and phase into the next day, into Thursday in-game, and then we're going to try and just do the runs as I said. We are really, really close to having all of the resources that we need, so all I'm going to do for now is just top up our guys as much as possible, earn some money. We'll need to go to the shop at some point in a minute as well, so we can do that, and you guys can see all the resources and the money and all of the items and all that boring shit that we're dealing with. Lotus Tora's here. Welcome, Lotus Tora. I guess I missed some bonus episodes. Well, the last bonus episode that we've done, Lotus, is episode 20, or no, it's not 20, it's 16 up on the channel. So if you haven't seen up to bonus episode 16, then there will be some, I guess, some extra stuff that we're going to be talking about here. But for the most part, what we're doing right now takes directly place after episode 16. So if you've seen up to there, you guys will be up to date. But for the most part, that is that. I hope that there isn't too many spoilers for you guys. But if so, you guys can always like turn off or whatever and do your own thing. But let's head along to the item shop. I found that Angie Woman only likes... David, please. We've only just started. Don't help the stream descend into madness this early on, okay? I'm relying on you guys to keep it together, alright? I'm relying on you guys to keep it together tonight, okay? Let's buy some items. So I need to buy some autopilots anyway. I actually think we can buy a big stash of these off of, or get a big freebie sesh of these off of Digimon, which is kind of cool. Super recoveries we absolutely need, hands down, no questions asked. We are down to 27 despite the fact we had like 1 million when we fought against Bolt Boutmon. This is going to cost 108 grand, which is almost 1/10 of our remaining amount of money, which is not a problem in the slightest, I guess. And then we'll buy another like 32 of these. Takes us up to a healthy 90. Regen disc is fine. Super regen disc we have 61 off, which was a complete accident. We should probably repair with Greymon and stuff as well. Alright, thanks Drakan, recruiting up the likes. Alright, I like it guys. But for the most part, is everybody having a good Tuesday? As I said, I wasn't planning on banging on the stream tonight, but I knew that in the back of my mind I needed to push the bonus episodes further along because we had to get our... I've just went out the shop and I need to go back in here. I knew we had to get our bonus episodes further on so that we could start doing The Last of Us properly. And in order to nudge the bonus episodes along, we needed to get a couple of things. So I thought I could do it off screen and just chill, bang on some music and do it myself, or I could just start streaming with you guys. And if you wanted to come along and have a little look at the stream, have a little nosy and whatnot, then you absolutely can. Why can I not buy you? Do I really have a full inventory? I think I might. I do have a full inventory, don't I? 50 of 50, bitch. Okay, so we need to ditch some things here. As I say, folks, it's probably just going to be... Where did we get a strength chip from? It's going to be super chill tonight. We're just going to relax, probably go slow mode. I'm going to do my best to chat to you guys as much as I can in the chat, and for the most part, it's going to be good fun, hopefully. And we'll just stick around for as long as you guys fancy it. I agree, drop a like, Will Farmy, says Fabsy. Alright, I like it, guys, thanks very much. But yeah, and I thought if you guys were bored on a Tuesday, you could come hang out as well. We have so many of... that's what keeps filling up my inventory, by the way, guys. It's these Digivolution stones. When I run the paths of the Dimension District to get the resources over and over, then we end up having... we get forced into certain encounters that we can't avoid, and those give us Digivolution stones normally. So it's kind of cool to have, but honestly, they kind of just take up my my inventory at this point, which is a nice problem to have, honestly. But you know, sometimes I'm like, alright, boys, alright. Utility attack booster X. I mean, do we even need any of this shit? I mean, sure, we have the money, so why not at this stage? I don't even think we need... Right, okay, that's enough. What I'm going to do is, as I said, we're going to stash some items in the bank, make some room in case we bang into anything exciting later on, and for the most part, we will be relaxing. Now, one thing I do need to point out, and this has just jogged my memory now that the guys have started telling me that they're hungry, Steve and Clive here, obviously ages 18 and 18, they're going to pass away probably around about the ages of 24, so we need to keep an eye on that. Every time they're hungry, I'm going to take them to the Seraphimon and try and extend their life. We might even be able to proc a trophy this evening in which your Digimon will live over the age of 30. Now, I've never done that before in my life, so maybe that's another kind of side objective we could do, one that I think we could manage, assuming that I don't mess something up with the whole trips to the shops and whatnot. Trips to go and see Seraphimon. I think I called him Angemon, but you guys know what I'm talking about. If there's one thing I learned about Next Order, is that it's impossible not to have a full inventory. Yeah, Jamie, I agree. I think that what happened was our inventory management was going really well in this game, and then what happened was we did a couple of things. First of all, we took our cooking perk, which kind of I'm trying to think of the word. It made me want to fill up our inventory with a bunch of... Wow, are you guys really going to take... How many of these can you guys eat? Okay, it made me want to fill up our inventory with loads of cooking items so that I could try and cook some exciting dishes, but that ended up being a fail. We didn't actually find too many exciting things to cook, and then after that, we ended up just having tons and tons of shit in our inventory that I needed to get rid of. When we did the quest line with old what's-his-face, when we did the fucking Kaiser Greymon quest and the Magna Garurumon quest, they forced us to dump a lot of stuff from our inventory, so I guess that kind of helped us in a certain way. But yeah, we're going to do something that we don't normally do here, guys, and that is bang on the training equipment, and that's simply because there is nothing for us to do at this point during the remainder of this day. All of the other things that we want to go and harvest, all of our paths, our dimension paths, they all refresh after this day finishes, and so the quickest way I can get through the rest of the day is just by using these guys on the training equipment. So we're going to do this for a little bit. Don't normally recommend it if you're just getting if you're just grinding up slowly and trying to get strong and beat the game, but for in terms of passing time, this is ideal for us because we're just going to use this as a time skip, basically. We could buff up some of our other things here. I'm looking at our stats kind of briefly in between the spamming I'm doing, looking at our MP and stuff, but our strength is one of the biggest things we need to put up, because every time we go into this kind of Bolt Boutmon fight, or at least in the last Bolt Boutmon fight, it took us ages to kill him, and it's because our strength is way below the rest of our stats. Now, as you guys can see, actually grinding on the training equipment is so ass compared to just fighting. It feels so ass in comparison to fighting some of the runs that we can do inside the district dimension, and also in, like, I'm thinking of like the Metal Siegmon and Absolute Zero and all that jazz. There's a lot better places that we could be grinding, but for the most part, we're just going to do this because it's nice and quick. Again, I don't know how often. Here's something that can posture to you guys. Alright, if you've played the game enough that you feel like you know what you're talking about here, right? Every time I get the option to feed our Digimon, if I feed them the thing that improves their life, does it stack on forever? Does it keep going up and up and give us like a buffer? So like, let's say I use it once, it gives me an extra day. If I use that 5 times, will it give us 6 days extra life? Or do I need to wait until my Digimon are dying in order to proc that? Because if so, I could go down and use it over and over and just ensure that we're completely safe. Or I could be wasting a lot of money. Do you guys kind of understand my dilemma? It's hard to explain, but hopefully that kind of makes sense. I'm kind of nervous about going down to Seraphimon and spending a bunch of money on his life increasing items if it won't actually proc at this point in time. It's a bit unusual. I would assume that it follows suit of the original Digimon World 1, but even then I didn't really understand how it worked in that game either with the fish. You know, you could catch the Digi Sea Bass and it would increase the life of your Digimon. I don't know if you can stack those. In hindsight, like, I don't know if you can stack them beforehand, but it's quite an interesting topic. Fabsy says you better catch up. I've not even been paying any attention to the chat. Lauren's here. Hi, hello everyone. Thought I'd say hi and then go back to lurking. Welcome, Lauren. You're very welcome here this evening. Shadow's here as well. Says indeed Jamie C still holding onto the 3 Nanimon parts. Alright, looking forward to The Last of Us, says Fabsy. Hope this isn't the end of all the Digi content on the channel though, he says. No, I don't think it will be. You guys are too. You guys seem to be avid Digimon fans at this point, and with Digimon Survive and all that jazz coming out soon in the next year, then I think we'll have enough Digimon stuff to last us for a good little while at least. And then hopefully by that time wraps around, once we do all the other stuff that we've got planned, where then maybe one day we'll have a Next Order 2 to play with. Who knows? It's kind of hard to predict at this point because I honestly haven't looked up how well Next Order performed in terms of sales and whatnot. But I think it seems to have done alright. I mean, you guys seem to have appeared out of nowhere, and I would imagine that we are a very, very small indication of the Next Order populace. You know, I'm talking about, like, obviously not the people in this chat specifically. Alright, but in terms of, you know, some of the views that we picked up on some of the Next Order guides, if a pleb like me can make a 10-minute guide on YouTube and it gets watched by like 50,000 people buying and playing the game, then I would assume that, you know, if we can assume that's like a 5% of the populace or whatever. These are random numbers, by the way, I'm just throwing these about, but alright, that is us. Day reset, we can start doing our objectives now that we've got all that jazz out of the way. I'm going to head along to the store this time and actually feed the guys with Seraphimon, because not only will this increase life, hopefully, it should also improve our happiness as well, because the guys are always pissy for some reason. I don't know, Clive and Steve, they're always pissy. Every single time. I don't know, when they wake up they're just the grumpiest fucks we've ever had, but anyways. Lotus asks, hey Wolfie, would you consider a Digimon World Dusk or Dawn playthrough? I have never even heard of Digimon World Dusk or Dawn. Lotus, is that on a particular console? If it was a big one, I would imagine that I'd heard of it before, but then again, maybe I'm just completely ignorant. I don't know. Yeah, if you tell me what console that's on, Lotus, I can let you know on that one. But I would probably go and research it and stuff first of all. Let's use one of these. Did Clive and Steve have the biggest appetites I've ever seen, as well as being the most as well as being the grumpiest little shits in the morning? Alright, feed you guys, and then we can go and do. I think we'll start off by doing some paths, folks. I know it's really boring, but it's something we need to do, and it is definitely the fastest way that we can earn some resources. So if you give me some moments, we'll dive in here and get some of these out of the way. Solid Sneaks is here. Dust On is an RPG on the DS. Alright, thanks guys, and welcome Solid Sneaks. I like your name. Right, Dimension M. I'm pretty sure one of these starting pathways doesn't actually have holy water in it, which is kind of ass. But regardless, we'll just probably do all of these and then pick up whatever extra things that we need on the way. Is this actually the dead end? Sometimes I come through here. I think this is the room full of Skull Greymon, isn't it? It's going to take me a while to get myself back in gear. It's Keramon. Alright, that's fine. Cool. To be fair, I'm pissy when I'm hungry too, says Jamie C. Yeah, I'm the same. The person who I know that gets the most hungry when she's grumpy is Mrs. Wolfie. But I won't shit talk her too much in case she's here sitting in. And then the next time she's hungry in the morning and she's woke up before I have, before I've woken up, then she'll just jump on my face non-stop. And they're on the DS. Yeah. Cool. It's basically Digimon story. Alright, so does it revolve around the actual characters of Digimon then? Is that how that works, guys? Sounds cool though. My sister has a DS, but I myself, I mean, in terms of these handheld consoles, I haven't been giving them too much love, in all honesty. And maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I'm missing out on some good gamage as a result. Normally I prioritise PC and console games these days, but I would love to have a... This is going to sound super sad, guys, but maybe you guys can, maybe you can have a bit of compassion here. I love playing video games in my bed, right? It's just because, I mean, I love my bed and I love video games, so naturally 2 and 2 going together, it just makes sense. If I had a little, if I had a handheld game console, then I would be able to perform that. What am I even talking about? I would be able to kind of scratch that itch, if you like. Because I used to play at my PlayStation 3, even when I was playing like competitive games back in high school, like Call of Duty. I used to lie in my bed and play Call of Duty on my screen. And then when I used to play through, like, you know, Next Order the first time it came out and I was grinding, I wouldn't sit at my desk and play it, I'd play it in my bed. Do any of you guys do that? Is that just me? I feel like I sit at a desk enough as it is, so like lying down properly is super good for the soul, I feel. Maybe it just encourages me to be super lazy, I'm not entirely sure, but dude, am I right in saying that your bed rocks? Alright, Nintendo DS to be exact. Alright, cool. It's an original story, turn-based combat, much like Cyber Sleuth. Alright, cool. So it's nothing to do with the actual main characters, so I might have misunderstood there. Jamie says he still sits in his bed and plays video games. Retro's here, watch out ladies. That's what peak performance looks like at Retro. Come on now. You guys are absolutely, your minds just live in the gutter 24/7. Sometimes I encourage it, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my mind is in the gutter. But you guys are the worst for it, the absolute worst. But I like it, obviously I like it. I sit, lie in bed and play the PS4 games as well, but yeah, it's definitely the best. I used to have a friend, right, like I used to have a young friend back in the day, guys, and what his mum did was, because him and his brother shared a bedroom, they had bunk beds, and so what they did was they put a TV, kind of, it was like a, you know, it wasn't like a widescreen TV that you get nowadays, it was like the square shaped ones, right, you know, the ones that are like that thick at the back, like a big old fashioned TV. They would put it up high on the wall on like a holder, but it was like up in a corner of the room, which must have been great for when he was in his bunk beds, just, you know, watching a movie or something, or watching TV. But then when I used to go over to his house and we'd sit and play video games on the floor, he used to have beanbags, but I would be sitting like this, you know, just like looking at the fucking ceiling. Just when we were talking about gaming poses, that was one of the ones that I remember, and that was an absolute nightmare. I never kind of fully disclosed that, but you know, I'd be walking about at school the next day like, Jesus, my neck is just completely dead with so much Tony Hawks in it, and I'm just like completely crippled. Wait until you get Imperial Dramon 3 times, says Shadow. Be careful, Shadow, because Drakan might have not, some of these guys might not have played the game before, and they may not want spoilers, so try and be courteous when you're giving guys tips. If they ask, fair enough, but just be careful, alright? I had the DS titles on the R4 card, could never find to buy them now. If you do find it online, it's rare or expensive the last time that David had a look. Roger. Has anyone played Dragon Age Origins? Asks Solus. I've played Dragon Age Origins. I love Dragon Age to bits, dude. I don't think we've ever spoke about that in quite a lot of detail before. I was in the shops once around about Christmas time a few years ago, and I went in and Dragon Age Origins and all of its expansions. It should be super cheap to buy now. It was when I picked up. I went into a game store here in the UK and it was on sale for like $4.99. Brand new, unsealed, the game and all its expansions, and I was like, yep, that needs to happen. So I picked it up, played it a bunch, loved it. It was pretty good. I don't actually think I finished it. It was so long. But on the flip side of that, I did play through Dragon Age Inquisition, and I close to platinum that game. I played it on the PC, so did I play it with a control? No, I played it with a keyboard and mouse. I played it with a keyboard and mouse, and I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. I actually took a break. The game was so long. It was one of these games like The Witcher where, you know, I'd play it for like 50 hours or whatever, and then you get so burnt out. There's so much Dragon Age going on in your life that you basically just stop playing it, and then after a month goes by, you need the space and you have to actually uninstall it. And then one day I was just like, I can't remember if I was watching like a video. It was like a video like top 10 games of like the year or whatever. And then I went back and I actually I reinstalled Inquisition and I finished it. And then after that I then went around doing things like killing all 10 dragons and whatnot. I loved that game. Dragon Age was my absolute. I loved it. It was a good time. I didn't like Dragon Age Origins, says Tom. I mean, when it came out, Tom, I mean, it's so old at this point, right? But you've got to give it credit for when it was first released, right? It's one of these old kind of games that came out ages ago, and it absolutely set the bar. I don't know if it set the bar, but it definitely helped improve the genre, I think. So from that perspective, you got to give it some love, even if you didn't particularly have like a fantastic time. You know, it wasn't blowing the socks off you or whatever. Yes, yeah, so Solus, that's cool. Couldn't get into the second one or Inquisition. One was so damn good. So I was with Inquisition. It took me a while. I played it a couple of times and I was like, oh yeah, this game's alright. I made like a mage character. He had ginger hair naturally. He had a big deep voice. It was actually quite good. And then again, I don't want to get into spoilers too much, but when you get to the castle, I forget what it's called, but when the story moves from the little kind of dusky town that you start off in, the little fortress, and then you get further into the game and you manage to get to I don't know what it's called. Can somebody remind me from Inquisition? Here's the Skull Greymon room I was talking about, by the way. I know it was floating about here somewhere. What was the name of the castle that you moved in? It becomes like your main base. I can't believe I forget these things. It's like high something. Can't remember. But once you get to that particular point, it is insane. It gets really, the game gets really good after that, because you start. It kind of actually incorporates a bit of Digimon World in a way, because what happens is when you upgrade your castle and you do more missions, things start to appear around about your base of operations. I don't want to say that they took inspiration from Digimon, because the games are so unalike, it's unreal, right? But there is something extremely nice about that feature. You know, when you do a side quest, and as well as getting the side quest reward, you also get that guy suddenly appears in your castle and he offers you a service. He offers you like, you know, a shop or an activity, or maybe even a whole new quest line waiting to be like played whenever you want to go and do it. I love that shit, dude. I love it. And Inquisition was another one of these games that kind of played on that, and it was really cool. But maybe one day you'll, I don't know. I mean, fair enough, Tom. If you didn't like it, that's absolutely fair, dude. There's games I play that people harp on about, and I'm like, dude, this is the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life. But if you ever get a chance to give it another bash, then I would say, if you're completely bored one day and you don't have any other options, then Solus likes to play it as a rogue when you play Dragon Age. I have a really good friend who's the exact same. What way did that come in here? I think this might be the wrong way. Oh, it was. Alright, straight ahead. One of my good friends likes to play as a rogue whenever he plays these kind of games, or any kind of online game as well. He normally picks the rogue character. That reminded me of him when you said that, Solus. Fabsy asked, what about Dragon's Dogma, or Dragon Dogma? I should say. That's a... was that... I always get mixed up between this game and another Dragon game. I think it's like... oh fuck, what was it called? I know Dragon's Dogma was massive, and did it not get re-released on Steam or something recently, Fabs? Maybe I'm getting my games muddled up. But there was a game, I think it's Drakengard, my friend used to play. I know that's completely... I think actually, we may have talked about Dragon's Dogma before, and I think I brought up Drakengard. You guys were like, no, they're completely different games, completely different franchise. I feel like I'm doing it again. But no, I've never played Dragon's Dogma, but I've heard about it. I think the reviews for it are pretty good, am I right? Nice. Retro says, nah, BRB, I got a game I need to ask about when I get back. Okay. Nice. Alright, we'll catch you when you return, Retro, and you can fill us in on other games that you've played. Alright. The only thing about doing this particular run, guys, back to the Digimon talk for a second, is that this fucking Rust Tyrannomon is cool and all, and we love him, but he kind of gets in the way, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Let's just go ahead and pop one of these off and get through them as quickly as we can. I think he does actually pay us good money, and again, he's going to give us one of these Digivolution stones, which is kind of nice. But I would rather just be able to like run through these really quickly and pick up the resources as much as I can. If we get lucky, we will get enough holy water today that we can actually just put our fishing bank on to upgrade, and then that'll be one of our big objectives out the way. We're gonna run along to the Logic Volcano in a bit as well, and try and hope to farm a decent amount of Digi Firewood so we can get this bloody Digivolution Dojo upgraded as well, because that is going to be an absolute nightmare. If we're lucky, we'll be able to trade inside the builder and try and get some resources that way, but I don't know how efficient that's going to be. Plus the guy only really appears on certain days of the week or whatever. I just love Rust Tyrannomon's design, says Lotus. Yeah, he's sick, he is absolutely badass. I just can't, nothing against the dude right now. I just want to get through these runs as quickly as I can. I think Rust Tyrannomon is one of the only Digimon that exist in this area that you know, you're forced to fight. We fought against the Abramon, I think. Or was it no, it's the Abramon, yeah, in one of the last runs. And then I think there's like a Paladramon or something later on, or Imperial Dramon, I can't remember. It's not Paladramon, you can run past them. I got it remastered on PS4 and Steam, I think, says Fabrizi. Alright, I've seen a lot about it. I think the reason that they brought it to Steam is because it was one of these all-time classics that, you know, a lot of people had a lot of fondness for. So it's obviously when games have that much hype behind them and then they get re-released or remastered or whatever, it's normally because they're a good fucking video game, right? So I'll maybe check that out. Wolfie, I'm popping out to grab some beer, be back in about half an hour. Alright, David, you gonna be able to pick up some beer for the rest of the homies as well? You can get me some Coronas if you want. Alright, we're gonna go up here. Obviously only for the adults, David. The underagers aren't allowed to drink alcohol. Only if it's legally acceptable. Look at me watching my back here. YouTube streaming game strong, am I right, boys? Alright, Dimension P. We'll only have to do 3 more paths, guys. The Z one and the E one is really, really fun because you don't have to fight anyone, so we should be able to just nip through this as fast as possible. And we should be good. Again, I wish I didn't have to do this, but do you know what? Do you know what we should do right now, guys? I don't know why I've not done this already yet, but this would make a lot of sense. I've just had a thought. We've got 57 tamer points. I'm going to actually take Material Master right now. I should have done this before I started, but I was too busy talking to you guys. I'm going to just grab this, alright? Boost the quality of all 4 material types harvested and rare item acquisition rate. So, there we go. We should have done this ages ago, like I said, but I don't know if I was saving it for the Let's Play. But you guys are here now, and the whole point of what we're going to be doing in a minute is to harvest resources, so I don't give an F. Alright? See yous in a bit, David says. Tom, I'll have a dark fruit, lol. Yeah. Tom and his dark fruits. What was it I said the other day? It was like summer fruits or some fucking stupid ass shit like that. Alright. Can we get any do you know what? I don't actually think we can get any firewood from this. I think it's Godwood and Starwood or something like that. Starwood and Godwood, yeah. Dude, what a bummer. I don't actually think there's a really good spot to harvest firewood in this game other than at Logic Volcano, and even then, the last few times that I've went, guys, we've picked up like, I don't know, it was like 2 firewood at a time, 3 firewood if we're lucky, and it's absolutely, it's trashed here. It's a trashy tree, alright, and it sucks, but I wish there was a strongbow summer fruit, says Tom. Yeah, good pick, Wolfie. I like it. Alright. I told you guys about my going into the fridge the other night, right, and I went in to get my Relentless, and I almost opened one of my dad's strongbows by accident because the cans are jet black. That would have been hilarious if I came back to the stream and not noticed, but anyways, Dimension Z, let's go. Last one. I think we can just run through this super quick, so this is nice. Alright. There is a quick way of doing this, and I think I always take a right, and this takes us to the Dark Greymon and stuff, yeah. Black War Greymon, Male Garurumon Black, sick. So we nip through here, there's 2 resource points, then we take a left and go straight on. And that is all the resources we can gather in the districts today. You guys will be pleased to know. Once we get this, we can peace out. Godwood and Starwood. Nice. Alright, cool. I was looking forward to getting up to date and actually just recording The Last of Us, but the reason I didn't want to dive into that shit already is because I knew that once I get started on The Last of Us, I know that I'm just going to want to mad churn it over and over, and if I have to go back to Digimon in between, especially to do some grinding like what we're doing now, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. I've got 1 holy water there, which is absolutely miserable. And anything else? 2 rubies, 8 diamonds. 8 diamonds is pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's not the one that we need at this point in time. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we're going to autopilot and we're going to nip back to the district once more, but we're not going into any of the paths. We're just going to talk to Lilithmon and pick up the 50k that she should present us with if we speak to her, because she always wants us to... I know you guys are obsessed with Lilithmon for obvious reasons, but she wants us to visit all the different pathways and she gives us money as a result, so here we go. Here we go. 50,000? Yep, nice. Cool beans. And she asked us to come back and see her. I'm pretty sure we will at some point soon in the future. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Are you guys ready for the most thrilling pickup of your lives? We're going to, well, I actually meant to go to the sender, but now that we're in here we can utilise these as well. 5 Digiquartz, alright, cool. I didn't mean to send you off doing that, but I guess you're just Zudamon, come back. Wait, he just gave us 5 firewoods! What was that in? Was that in the real wood hunt? Oh, Hagurumon, you absolute legend, mate. So maybe Hagurumon actually can bring you back firewood. That's something I didn't know was a thing. Right, firewood, we have 39 out of 50, so we're getting there, guys, getting there. When we go along to the Logic Volcano right now, hopefully we can get a bit lucky with that shit, but... and in terms of our holy water, we are 66. So we only need another 4 of those bad boys. We might even be able to pick those up to date as well, which would be nice. Can you actually trade me? Ah, Digibamboo for firewood. Alright, nice. Maybe we can use this to our advantage. So what I want to do first of all is look at all our Digibamboo. How many do we have of that shit? 149. Alright, cool. And the next thing we need to do is look at what our remaining upgrades are and see if we need bamboo for any of these. So none of those. None of those. None of those. No, I think we can just go ham. I don't think we need bamboo for anything left in the game. Fellwood for you. Rubies for you. Fuck it. Alright, let's just cash in on some of this then. We're going to trade. We're going to do a bit of quick maths here. So I need to be picking up firewood. So bamboo. So there's 5. Let's do this again. Quick concentration here as I don't try not to fuck this up. Okay, so that should be, I think we did that 5 times, but I could be wrong here. If I just go across to here, firewood is 46, so if we can get 4 firewood from Logic Volcano right now, we are good to go, guys. We are good to go. I can't believe Hagurumon actually turned up there, Jamie. That was super impressive. I've never seen in fact, there was a time a little while back, I don't know if you guys were on stream or if it happened during a Let's Play episode, but we were playing and then Hagurumon, I think he like needed to give us like Digileon water. It must have been in the bonus episodes. If it was Digi-Ion water, holy fuck. Digi-Ion water, I keep doing that by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when I talk about Digileon water, obviously I mean Digi-Ion water. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a time where we needed that shit and then Hagurumon was just like, here's 5. And then I was like, Hagurumon, you absolute legend. Welcome. I'm so pleased. So that's pretty good. Retro's back. Alright, you boys ever said Future Cop LAPD? That's the one where you travel about in the little flying car, Retro. Is that a PS1 game? Right? Tom hasn't played it. I think that's what we're talking about, right? It's a little PS1 game. You're the little flying hover car that's obviously in the police and you capture and blow shit up. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I think that's what that is. I've not played it, but my friend had it. One of my buddies back in the day. Maybe it wasn't PS1, maybe it was PS2. Who knows? Alright, let's dive on. Hidden Red House, this is us guys, this is where we're wanting to be. You guys will know this as well if you've grinded this before, but it's this tree ahead. We get 1 chance, I think we get 1 crack at it, so hopefully we might get lucky. We've just a bamboo, so that's pretty good. I guess we know we can get unlimited bamboo here, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's try this. We need 4. I guess we could always trade more, so... Yes! Oh, ideal. Absolutely fucking ideal. Alright, with that in mind, that means we don't have to go to Fault Ex Machina anymore, which was going to be my backup place to go, which is GG. we're now going to go back to Bonnie Resort, into the church, and we're going to pick up some holy water and try and do this now before I forget, otherwise I'll dive back into doing other shit. And we, in fact, do you know what? No, we're not. We're going to put on our Digivolution Dojo right now, because then that's going to start off the 24-hour cycle for upgrading, and then we can maybe start to have a look at some of our important things. So here we go. If I go into research, Digivolution Dojo, firewood, fellwood, yep, Digilight as well. Alright, cool. Let's do it. Boom. Feels good, man. Digivolution Dojo is on to cook, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. We might have ended up using some extra resources that I was trying to save up for, guys, but honestly, I don't think it's going to clash unless I'm being an absolute dumbass. Bonnie Resort Hinterland, here we come. We're going to the church. And then if this doesn't give us a decent amount of holy water, then we will probably also quickly go to absolute zero. But luckily we don't have to travel too far to get to where we need to be, so that is a plus point. Yeah, it wasn't a PS1 game, it's where you have the mech thing which turns into a car, says Retro, so it must have been a... Oh, it was a PS1 game, sorry. So yeah, that confirms that shit. I thought it was. I remember the box art for that game, Retro, is like... It's the little flying car, but it's like they've got like skyscrapers and a kind of dark night sky and things like that. Am I just making that up? And obviously the blue sirens and whatnot, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Let's go. We're going to nip in here. Boom. Alright, I feel bad for, in particular, when we do these kind of late night streams, guys, I feel bad for like the likes of Sonic and stuff, or any of you guys who are, one holy water, dude? One? Really, game? Came all this way for one holy water. Nice. Yeah, I feel bad for any of the Australian guys who sometimes try to tune in, because I know you guys are pretty mad for the Digimon stuff, and so this is just a convenient time zone, so I guess if they're not here now, they won't hear this message to them. But anyways, something I was thinking about. We could maybe try and do different time zones. I don't know what's best, but trying to find one to suit everyone is pretty hard, so that's why 7 PM at night is probably quite good for most of us, but because this way we can catch some of the UK guys, some of the European guys, and then maybe transition a bit into North America and stuff, but I don't know. It is what it is, just something I was thinking about. Anyways, let's go to Absolute Zero. And then we can try for the first time and play about with some DNA stuff. Trouble with resource points, eh? Ads. Jamie, don't bring up the trolley. Don't bring up the trolley, dude. When we were playing through Spyro 2, guys, some of you guys might have not been present for that shit, but there was a part in which you have to do a minigame on a trolley. It's like a minecart on a track. And you have to collect 50 gears. Well, TNT boxes, TNT barrels, wooden boxes, ledges, jumps, train track signs and all that stuff try and kill you. And yeah, I'm really pleased to say that we did it first time. And yeah, it wasn't tilting at all to take part in that. Do you know what was the funniest thing about that one? I was watching back the VOD and I was laughing again, but the funniest thing was, you guys had been saying in the live stream chats a couple of days before, even when we were on Spyro 1, you guys were mentioning the goddamn trolley, and I was like, what are they talking about? What are they, trouble with the trolley? Why did they keep saying that? And then when it appeared, and then we failed it like the first 5 times on like this little starting bit. I mean, obviously we completed it first time, right? But like, theoretically, if we were to have failed it 5 times at the beginning, and then I started like hearing the words coming in my brain, I was like, oh, the guy's saying that every time we fail. It was so funny. It was my favourite part of the last stream, but come on, dude, just give me some holy water, please. I know we can get it from this point. One. Do you know what I think of you, Next Order? You can suck my fucking Lilith, man. God damn it, dude. Alright, that's fine. For the most part, we'll just leave it. We'll chill. We've got our dojo cooking now, so that means that we can start to worry about the DNA fusion, and I don't know how that's going to go. We're probably going to perform a save before we start messing about, and if things go awry, then we might have to boot up a save and play things a bit old school smarts, because what I'm thinking, guys, is if obviously one of these guys is going to be able to fuse into Imperial Digimon, right? But what I'm thinking is, I'm kind of nervous that the other guy won't be able to fuse with anyone else in the city, and if he can't, then we're going to be left with one Ultra and one Ultimate, who's then going to become one Mega. I don't want that. So we'll load in the event of some sort of failureage that way. We could even try and fuse both these guys with 2 city residents rather than with each other, because I don't really want to see Imperial Digimon again. As much as we love Imperial Digimon, We've had them twice in a row, and there's so many other kind of sexy ultras in this game, so I want to try and get some of those on and do some of that. All these MG stuff in the Digi games is annoying. Yeah, I mean, RNG stuff, I mean, it's alright, Retro. I think RNG's, obviously people can complain about, you know, like the RNG gods and stuff like that. When I play Warframe, RNG is a massive part of that game. When you're running and collecting resources for your Warframes and you're trying to do runs that potentially you save up like traces, they're called traces. You save up this resource and then you buff the runes. You do the run, you do it with 4 people to try and increase your chances of getting the drop you want, and it doesn't drop. And sometimes that can happen like 4 or 5 times in a row, and it's really tilting, but at the same time it's really fun, because on the peak points where you obviously get the RNG hit where you don't expect it, then it's super satisfying, because of obviously it's so hard to get. I don't know, it is what it is. I don't mind too much. I just normally end up laughing if the RNG fucks me, because it's so ridiculously unfair that it's like, well, what can I do about it? Nothing. So there's no point in getting stressed. It's just part of the nonsense at this point. So I don't mind. RNG is kind of fun sometimes. My friend's got this thing where he prays to Jupiter. It's becoming a bit of a meme really when we play Warframe. He just shouts Jupiter over and over as we do the runs, and yeah, if we get the drop, then obviously he's like, oh, I see Jupiter was here. I don't know, it's just something that happens. Right, let's go and feed these guys with Seraphimon. Anyone here played Rune Factory, asks Lotus. I think someone mentioned Rune Factory before in one of our first ever Digimon streams, and I'm going to say to them what I said, or say to you, Lotus, what I said to them, and that's that I've never heard of it, but then there was other people popping up in the chat last time that said that they had played it and they enjoyed it. So yeah, there's probably a couple of people here who might have checked out, but I myself, Lotus, unfortunately I've not played Rune Factory. What is that game kind of like? You guys can give me a memory jog. Alright, do I want to be doing anything exciting here? So let's see. This isn't going to put up our life, but it's going to give us everything else. Let's just do this. Paradise Fruit Basket, 10 grand. Let's do another one. You're not getting another one though. Cheesy peeps. I know we're like super digi-millionaires at this point, but these guys are just taking the piss sometimes. I can't just keep funding your ridiculous eating habits, boys. Alright, so now what we're going to do is nip back up, do exactly what we've been doing a second ago. We're going to just grind the gym over to pass some time. This is pushing our guys closer to like passing away, but I'm hoping we can kind of get them digivolved before any of that happens. Because obviously I don't want to see these guys pass away. I really don't want to grind up from babies again. I really want to avoid that if I completely can. So I think that once we also digivolve into Ultra, it should extend our Digimon's life cycles, right? You guys that have played the game a bunch can confirm that for me, but I would imagine based on everything else that happens in this game, that is a thing. So let me know. If I use the dojo to go into Ultra and get 2 partner Ultra Digimon, is that going to actually extend my Digimon's life? Because I don't want them passing away on me. That would be hella stressful. Bancho was a fuss, or Bancho confused with Dartramon for Chaosmon, says Fabsy. Alright, good to know. That's going to be one of our options. It'd be cool to get Chaosmon back. He was our first Ultra EXE fuse in this game, unless you count the tutorial, in which case everybody gets a Megamon or whatever. But that would be, I would be open to that. I'm also kind of interested to see some surprise Digivolutions though as well, so if somebody pops into something that we don't expect, that'd be kind of cool as well. I'd be open to that. Wolfie, quick question, do you got any tips for farming Tamer experience and digicards? So what I would say about that, Shadow, I can't really help you in terms of the digicards. It seems like with those you just have to literally hard commit to the grind. There's probably routes that people have mapped out where you can get extra chances per resource that you farm. Like maybe there's a bunch of resource points that have like 5 resource harvests, in which case you've got a higher chance to harvest more cards. Does that make sense? But I myself can't give you much tips on that. As for your Tamer XP though, your Tamer XP is going to go up. I'm not going to go to sleep in the dojo because I don't think you get a proper sleep off that, do you? I don't know. Let's go down to the restaurant because that's where I'm going to go as soon as I wake up anyway. In terms of grinding Tamer XP, the fastest way I can recommend that you pick up Tamer XP quickly is just by doing battles over and over. And if you're going to be grinding up your Digimon to try and get them to like a high stat point anyway, you're going to be doing a lot of battles over and over and over and over. And if you can find Digimon that are higher level, they'll give you a lot more Tamer XP per fight. If you can fight multiple Digimon in the one battle, I know that when you have rookies and you're trying to grind up your stats. You're not aiming to fight lots of Digimon at once, you're trying to fight one at a time. But if you're fighting 3 Digimon per battle at once, you get 3 times the amount of XP. Kind of makes sense in a way, but sometimes it depends if it's worth. Sometimes fighting 3 Digimon at once can be a nightmare, especially in the lower levels of the game. So I hope that kind of helps you out, but the way I grind up Tamer XP is by running around. Obviously, when you travel about the map, you get Tamer XP. I think when you interact with your Digimon, take them to the bathroom, you get Tamer XP. And then on top of that, I think that, yeah, every time you do a battle, you get XP as well. And battles are probably the fastest way because it's like guaranteed. Harvesting resources, taking them back to the city, I think gives you XP as well. So just playing the game in general and just enjoying it is probably the best tip I can give you. Shadow, I hope that kind of helps things out. But yeah, you'll be fine. As the more you play the game, you're going to get stronger, you're going to get more XP, and then you're going to be able to get more Tamer points to put into your Digimon and whatnot. Apparently we slept out in the open again, something I've never fully understood about this game, but you know, if it's not Digimon's house or a tent, it seems to just dick you, but whatever. We're going to give these guys a bunch of rainbow drinks, which is going to increase their life, but also make them, well, make them a little bit happier. Probably call it quits there because I don't want to burn through too much money. Tom says, I agree with DNA Digivolution with the other city members. Sounds like a good plan, right? Sounds like a good plan, guys. I think that's what we're going to go for. Right, cool. Let's peace out here. And I don't think we can proc the... I don't think we can actually proc the dojo upgrade just yet. So what we're going to probably do in the time being... because the cutscene would happen here. It's probably at like 10 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon or something. We started the upgrade, so we're just going to go back to grinding holy water inside here, which I know is, you know, I'm not thrilled about it either, but it shouldn't take us too long. I think one of these first ones don't actually give you any water. I don't know what one it was. Fizzle sticks. Alright, let's just go to Dimension Z because that's one of the easiest ones. We'll bop through here. If we get a massive amount of holy water from any of these points, then it means that we won't have to do the rest of the path, so I guess this kind of makes sense. Black Wargreymon, Black Garurumon, you guys just chill for us, boy. Lotus says a fantasy RPG, this is talking about Rune Factory. Lotus says a fantasy RPG where you run a small farm in a village and deal with dungeons. I think that's the best way to explain it, and I'm guessing that as you play through, do you get to upgrade your farm and stuff? Lotus? Sounds like my cup of tea. I'm kinda into that kind of thing. I keep meaning to play is it Stardew Valley? Stardust Valley? I can't remember. I feel bad that I got it wrong. I keep meaning to play that just when you mentioned like the farm stuff. But Solus says, well, time to go. Peace out, Solus. Enjoy Deadpool. Hope you you have a good evening with the fam, dude. And have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I think I'm using your guide regardless regarding the training. Thanks for that one, but then I'll know how to proceed afterwards. Thank you. No problem, Shadow. No problem. This game is a bit tricky, but once you learn the ropes, super easy, dude. Super easy. We got a bunch of holy water there. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Did I get 3 there? I got 3 and 4. I think I got 3 holy water. GG's. Alright, cool. Let's go, and I'm probably gonna do these from the bottom upwards. That path was pretty good though. What we'll do is, just to make sure that we're saving enough time here, I'm going to go into the builder and check exactly where we're at in terms of holy water. If you guys are keeping track of this, then it would be helpful, but I don't have that ability because I'm doing too many things at once here. Plus I've got the brain of a camel sometimes. Alright, Hagurumon, you want to heads up this time? Okay, I guess he was always going to give us wood, and we have all the firewood we need at this point, so can't really expect anything more from Hagurumon. He's on a holiday at this point. Right, 2 minutes on the dojo, which is fine. Entertainment, fishing hole, 71, we got it. We've actually got all the holy water we need, so all we need to do now is just wait the 2 in-game hours for the Digivolution dojo, which we can do by hitting up our friend the training facility, which is going to be really close. This is perfect. Perfecto, and then we can start delving into some of these DNA fusions. And you guys will get to see what a fully upgraded DNA dojo looks like. It's not that exciting, in all honesty, but if you haven't seen it before, you'll get to see it now. I don't know why I even mentioned it at this point, because I feel like I shouldn't be hyping this up, because it's really not that exciting. Alright, what we'll do is I'll probably just do 3 training sessions here on this particular bit of equipment, and do this just to kind of pass the extra seconds that we had left. It means we won't have to dick around as much. Ollie's here. I see Digimon and I am summoned. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good. Welcome, Ollie. Hope you're having a good Tuesday, bud. We are just, well, we'll fill you in a minute, but you're going to get to see. I think we should get our animation here, right? Nice. Cool. You upgrade it, befriend your neighbours, and then you can even get monsters to help out with the farm work, says Lotus. Huh. I do think I would enjoy that, not gonna lie. Is it on Steam by any chance, Lotus? Or is this another... Is Rune Factory only on one of these... is it only on DS or something like that? If it's on Steam, then I might look into it. But if not, I'm not sure. I might have to acquire it from... Or acquire my sister's DS and then play it on that. Perhaps. Alright, so this is our dojo is fully upgraded now, guys. So what I'm going to do here is... Probably... Let's say... I'll tell you what we'll do first of all. I'm going to nip down to the builder. Sorry to string you along like this. I'm going to stick on our other upgrade here and just get that out of the way. Fishing hole. It's been a while, but I'm so glad to be firing that bastard on. Up to level 5 we go. Excellent. That's 2 of our objectives that we set out to do in the stream donezo, guys, so that's really, really good. I'm surprised that we kind of nailed that already. I feel like Hagurumon helped us out big time, because if we hadn't gotten the 5 firewoods from that dude, then I would have probably had to have waited another couple of days and ran to the Logic Volcano over and over. Alright, so in order to make sure we don't fucking ruin this, ruin a potentially good save, guys, I'm going to punch in a save file over this one. And then we're going to do some fusions, probably with city members first. I don't know how this works in terms of choosing, but we're going to find out. Paladramon, what's up, dude? Man, deal with that bolt bound one was a bit nuts, wasn't it, he says. That's interesting. I didn't think I was going to get an interaction about that. You were worried about it too, weren't you? About whether or not you could DNA Digivolve a bolt bound, that is. Ah, so this is why he's talking to us. I also worked my butt off to gather data without incident. Now then, in conclusion, it looks like you can create a bolt bound through DNA Digivolution by combining Myotismon and Pivemon. Originally, it was a unique fusion born from a massive dark power. DNA Digivolution recreates its shape and skills. That incredible power cannot be replicated though, this much I know for a fact. If that's alright with you, then give it a shot. So the reason Paladramon obviously gives us all this info, and I'm covering up some of the dialogue here, guys, I apologise. But the reason he's done this is because we've done the extra scenario and we've also installed the DLC, so that's cool. Listen up, Wolfie, I've got a once-in-a-lifetime good news, he says. With the powers of the dojo, extra DNA Digivolution is possible. So this is only available, guys, if you have level 3, which is what we've just bashed on, okay? Extra DNA Digivolution has fewer risks than before. That means we can convert power of Digimon living in Felicia to DNA Digivolution power. So level 1 of the dojo allows you to lock off and choose your Digivolution abilities, I think. So when I've got a whole video on this, if David's here, he's going to call me out for plugging the guides, because that's something he always does. But when I made a guide on this, if you've got level 1 on the Digivolution dojo, you can lock off Digivolutions and choose Digivolutions that allow you to kind of get the Digimon that you desire. Level 2 allows you to fuse your 2 Digimon together in DNA, and then level 3 it allows you to pick city residents, all the people you've recruited from, and combine them with your Digimon. So let's give this a go. The ceremony can now be performed with a single Digimon. Only one partner needs to be ready. So let's see, do we have both to choose from here? Yeah. Partner R Steve or partner L Clive. I guess we just go with Steve. Let's get down to it then. What we getting, guys? I wonder, this has got to be the Chaosmon. Yeah, Bancho and Darktramon. Is this going to be Chaosmon? I think this is what Fabsy was talking about, right? Cool. Rune Factory is a spin-off of Harvest Moon, which is Stardew Valley since in Firefly. There you go. So that maybe I was well thought in those ramblings, Lotus. That's cool. And you can get that on the DS. The fourth is on the 3DS. Cool. There is 2 for the Wii as well, and this one was ported, or there was 1 ported to the PS3. Cool. Interesting. I'll look it up. I do have my PS3 kicking about somewhere. I'm pretty sure that the old guy's on the verge of death, but alright, guys. So now we have to hope that we can actually fuse Clive with someone. Clive is ready. Are you guys ready? Clive? Who's Clive going to turn into, guys? Chicken Nug's here and he says, or she says, I love digital monsters. Welcome, McNug. Hope you're doing well this evening. Right, here we go. I don't know who Clive's going to turn into, guys. Are we going to end up with 2 Chaosmons? Let's find out. Ollie's taking a break from Destroy All Humans. Nice. I like it. Is that one of the older ones, Ollie, or is there a new modern Destroy All Humans? Or are you just playing the old school version? After we were talking about it the other day. Who are we getting? Is this going to be good? Is this Paladramon? Imperial Ultimon? Oh, of course. Of course he had to come back. Of course he had to come back. Alright, Imperial Ultimon Fighter Mode is back, boys. Alright, fuck's sake. Was that always going to happen? Because I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but we have 2 Digimon now, guys. They're 2 Ultras. Let's go outside. Let's go outside. I was kind of hoping for someone new, but you know what? We'll just take it. We'll take it at this point. Right, now we need to check, first and foremost, if I pop over to this, what we're going to do is hide the cam, and we're going to look at the stats, and then we're going to feed them and see if the stats are any better or if they're just the same. Clive, you are still up in the, in fact, yeah, stamina, wisdom, and speed all the way up to 9,000. Strength is up to 8,500. So Clive has went up to Mega type, apparently, which is pretty much Ultra, I think. And Steve is also in the Mega category as well. Now, Steve is a little bit lagging behind in the stats, though. His wisdom didn't go up as high, but he has a lot more stamina. So Chaosmon is a little bit more beefy, which is cool. But for the most part, that is us, guys. We have our 2 Ultras slash Megas, I guess, as they call them. I don't know, you guys can correct me. Is that right? Am I just talking shit when I say, like, that they're Ultras? I don't know. I always get that wrong from time to time, but anyways, you can never escape Imperial Digimon, says Jamie. Tell me about it. I don't know, I'm kind of happy. I mean, he's alright, right? It's just his moves are a little bit shit. But now that we actually have access to them, I guess we can pick our own moves, yeah. Inferno. Okay, yeah, cool. Alright, I guess we could do this first of all, and then we'll take these guys to eat some snacks. So I want to be able to get on a good combination of buffs here, guys. So Burning Heart would be pretty insane because it gives you a massive attack buff. But that being said, Muscle Charge just seems to be so clean. You get a couple of buffs from that, right? So increases strength. Is it only strength from Muscle Charge? I'm not sure. Let's put on Muscle Charge for now. I think Burning Heart might actually be better. Fighting Aura is pretty good. Magma Bomb is insane for stunning enemies, so I think we probably want that. We could add a debuff through Hide and Seek as well. That'd be pretty cool. Shadowfall. Hide and Seek actually does 4,200 damage as well, which is insane. It costs 2,300 MP though. Am I going to be spamming? I guess I'm going to be spamming anyway, right? Let's see. Why don't we put on Hide and Seek into Magma Bomb into Fighting Aura, right? Fighting Aura actually does the least amount of damage, but it's pretty good AoE. We'll leave that on Clive for now. I don't want to waste too much time here. What else have we got? Ah, and this is where things are starting to get exciting. Alright, we can put on Upgrade, which increases the strength and stamina of your allies. In terms of buffs, we're not very well balanced, but you know what, I'm going to take it. Upgrade is pretty insane, in all honesty. I'm not going to complain about that in the slightest. You could use Gigawatt Laser. We've got DG Dimension. I think we should put on DG Dimension, right? Just on the off chance that we can catch somebody with that. Massive filthy move. It costs 3,000 energy, which is ridiculous. I don't think I want another Fighting Aura. Do I want to put on any of these? Nah, these are kind of ass. Okay, why don't we just put on Shadowfall and then Gigawatt Laser? That's a nice kind of healthy balance. You guys happy with that? I think for the most part it should be absolutely fine. Christopher's here and he says, Yatta. Welcome, Christopher. What's up, dude? My Digimon died of Shoma. Died of Shoma or died from Shoma? I'm not sure, Retro, but regardless. What we need to do is train these guys up. I think that now that we've got them up to this level, they should survive for like an extra... I think they should get a life extension, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. But I'm not entirely sure. That being said, I do want to try and get them up just a little bit higher in order to push them a little bit more, because I feel like they could be stronger. And if Bolt Bitmon is a lot stronger than he is in the first match, which I've been told countless times that he is, then you guys are gonna... I think it's just beneficial that we try and grind these guys up a little bit. Plus we got some time. So Paradise Fruit Basket, we're probably gonna stick you on. Try and use up some of those funds. Obviously, fucking what's his face is still gonna be hungry because he's a big chubby, but that's fine. Damien's here. Welcome, Damien. Fighting Aura is great because of the strength buff. Do you get a strength buff? Don't use upgrade, it only buffs the next attack. Are you sure, Damien? Is that actually how that works? Because there's no indication in the game that that's actually how that's a thing. These guys actually haven't been... Alright, what I need to do is... I don't think this matters too much, but I'm actually going to use the Seraphimon. I've just noticed that their bond has obviously been reduced because they've just DNA fused. So what I'm going to do is try and increase their bonds back up. So I think we just use Rainbow Drinks over and over. It's probably the best way to go. For the time being, 85 and 84. It doesn't matter that we don't have max bond anymore, folks, because the EXE is not available now that we have two big guys. But that being said, it would be still nice to try and put that bond up just a little bit as much as possible. Damien says he knows by using them. Okay, well, we'll take your word for it, Damien. We'll maybe play about with that stuff in the future, dude. And if you're correct, then all power to you. We'll play about with it as we go, alright? For the most part, let's just head along to absolute 0 and see if we can get some decent stats off our Metal Digimon friend. I don't know if we're going to be able to, but we're going to find out. Alright, we're just going to chill out. He died from a disease called Shoma. Shoma balls got him. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Shoma's, oh yeah. Shoma's not the worst character in this game. I mean, there's someone else begins with a K that I'm not going to mention. But I'm sure you guys know. Saint Ray gives a defense buff as well, says Damien. Alright, cool. Well, we can, like I said, we'll fiddle and adapt as we go. And play about with it. I've never actually had 2 Megas, I don't think, together. So it's kind of nice to have this. We'll see if, when we fight against Bolt Bentmon later, if these guys can actually stand up to him. But I think with max stats and a ton of items, we should more than handle it. It's not the case that I'm scared that we lose, it's just I'm scared that we take a long time to defeat him. Alright, and I don't want that. I want to avoid that if we can. Luckily we've got a fishing bank on upgrade, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. I'm glad I did put that on because I would have forgotten about it just as I said I would. So that means that we've pretty much, if we get these guys up a little bit more in terms of their strength levels, then we will have accomplished most of our goals that we set out to do tonight, which is nice. I love it. On PS4 you can get literal ports of the PS2 versions of Destroy All Humans 2 and 1. Is that through the PSN store, Ollie, or is that through other means? Recently I found that both the games are on sale for a total of £6 and that's insanely good. Alright, so they're legitimately on through the PS store. That's insane. I'm going to look those up because Destroy All Humans is one of the best bits of brainless fun I've ever played in my life. It's hilarious. I don't know if it's going to have aged as well in my mind as when I played it when I was younger, but I hope that it's as good as I remember it to be because that shit was fun. Starts with a K. Could it be Kota by any chance? Nah, Christopher. Nah. Can't be. No way. I would never shit on my boy Kota like that, but, you know, yeah, it was Kota. Here's DG Dimension. One thing we're going to have a look at, guys, is, I guess in some of these battles as well as a test run, is how quickly our mana flies down. The kind of double-edged sword about, like, for example, DG Dimension V3 is obviously that it fills up the screen and you can't see anything that's going on, which I don't think the computer necessarily cares about, but obviously us as the player, it's going to affect us a little bit, so something to consider. I don't know if it's going to bother us that much, probably not, to be honest. I'm just, why can't I get in here? What the fuck is that? Look. I don't even know what that was. Invisible Digimon. Who knows? I think that was Harry Potter and his invisibility cloak floating about. What is he doing in the fucking Ice Cathedral? Kaisermon, Kawagamon, Digimon. You guys are saving my boy Kota's butt. I kind of like it. Alright, time to find out. I would really like to get as much stats as possible of this Metal Digimon, but I'm not sure. I had a comment once that told me that fighting against this guy would take you to max stats no matter what rank, like what level you are, but I don't know if this was just one of these comments left on the internet from an unclarified source, so getting to test it just now is a plus point. I like that we're actually kicking his ass really fast, so if we do end up getting really good stats from this guy and we don't have to do any training inside the paths, then it means that we can beat this guy really fast and get our stats up really quickly. Couch Potatoes here says, Chaosmon is the best Omegamon, he's so much better than O or B. Well, I'm glad, because Chaosmon is now one of our dudes. And so if he's power... Oh my god, not even close to getting max stats. I'm glad that you told us that, Couch Potato, because we now have Chaosmon, and I'm pretty pleased. So, based on how sucky those stats were, I think what we need to do, guys, is just piece on back to the city. I'm wondering if I should maybe have not fused these guys until much later on. Maybe if we had Mega Level and we trained... I'm going to punch in a save file anyway, just before we do anything else. I wonder if we should have maybe trained up to max stats and then DNA fused. Huh. DNA fusion obviously gave us some extra stats, but now I wonder if when we train it, the game's going to like give us less XP. Interesting. We'll find out. Hopefully some of these, I think some of these paths are going to be closed off to us, but hopefully some of the harder fights in here should be able to provide us with the XP that we're needing. And we'll just float about in here for a little while and take some battles where we can. I don't think we need to go that way. That's always the wrong way that I go. I always take it right there and I don't need to. If you're just grinding stats, have you finished all of today's dimension runs? Yeah, that's pretty much where we are just now, Damien. Sorry if you left that comment a minute ago and I'm only just getting around to address it just now. There is a bit of a lag and stuff, but yeah, we're basically trying to do some runs in order to get the XP up. Fights like this should hopefully give us the stats that we need. I'm guessing some of the bigger dogs that are deeper into some of the other tunnels are probably going to be a little bit more effective for us, but regardless. Oh, I got one Persona 5, so wait a minute, did somebody ask about the possible future Destroy All Humans series? Wolf asked Tom. I mean, maybe. Is that a game that we could necessarily let's play and make entertaining? I feel like Destroy All Humans, as I said, is just one of these games you bash on for like a couple hours every now and then. But I've not played it in a long time, so maybe I'm not remembering it correct enough. But Destroy All Humans 1 and 2 are PSN games. There are a few PS2 games you can get for PS4. The PS2 games I have on the PS4 are Destroy All Humans 1 and 2. Bully, Kinosken, Canum, Edit, and GTA 3 and Vice City as well are all the games that Ollie's bought on the PS Store. Cool. I didn't know Vice City and all that were on the PS Store as well. That's actually pretty sweet. God bless. I like it. I like these games. Retro. My favourite part about Digimon World 1 is the int stat called the brain. Intelligence stat, yeah. Can't live with it. And Jack and Daxter as well. It says retro. Cool. You guys are pretty good at giving me good game recommendations. I love it. Jack and Daxter gets brought up a lot. I don't know. I don't fully understand the hype between Jack and Daxter, but maybe it's one of these games that I'll have to play to fully appreciate it. You guys never stop talking about it. Oh, Christopher got Persona 5 from the store as well. If you're just... if nothing else, the money from Lilithmon will let you buy the stats, says David. Yeah. We'll use Seraphimon to try and top up our HP as much as possible, so yeah, you're right. Justice in Combat, love the battle track. Justice in Combat. I don't even know... Oh, love this battle track, that must be from Persona 5. Sorry, I'm a bit behind here, guys. But, no, Persona 5's on my list as well. A ton of you guys have actually recommended me the Persona games, and for good reason. I know they're pretty highly recommended. Are we gonna get to see our first ever EXE, kind of not an EXE, but you know, our first ever Ultimate Fusion here? If I can get Chaosmon to... In fact, I think this guy's just dead. Not before Catastrophe Cannon pops off. Apparently, Diabramon can just do his limit break in amongst Digivolutions V3, which is kind of uncool. I was one click of the X button off being able to show you guys the double limit break, so I'm sorry we never got to do that, guys. But it seems that in here we can get a lot of HP and MP, but we're not getting very many other points, which is a bit of a bummer. But maybe that was just Diabramon. Maybe if we actually find better, stronger fights inside here, we'll be able to do something. Let's see. Do we dare take on some of these guys? I think so, right? Susanamon is going to definitely give us a... Do we have to fight all these guys at once? No. Partner HP max or happiness maxed out. Wow, do you give us buffs? Oh my god. Hello? Partner bonding, Digifriend and happiness raised by 20? Are you fucking kidding me? Legit did not know that was a thing. I thought all these guys in here, I mean, I know they've got like exclamation points. I thought they were all fights. Have you come to see me? You won't regret it probably. You can't carry anymore, so you don't get anything. And it's down to Destiny what he gives us. Is that just a random item? Let's toss something. Do we have... I can't see how many... Of the 40 out of 50. I don't know what it is that guy gives us, Chaosman. This is interesting, guys. I've never actually realised this before. We just got 1,000 coins from Magnadramon. That would have been excellent to know when I did the Etamon grinding. Hello? Holy shit. What the fuck? I'm so confused. What an absolute noob. Couch Potato, did you know Chaosmon has an evolution called Ultimate Chaosmon? I wish he was in the game. I did not know that. I did not know that, Couch Potato. Is he from one of the shows? Or is he from a manga or a particular series? I didn't know that, but that sounds absolutely badass. I didn't know that Chaosmon could go further along, but that's pretty cool. That's what I'm talking about. They do the same stuff every time. Chaosmon gives you a stat chip. Shit. Maybe I should have actually went and got that then, right? Because stat chips would be pretty good. But we had spaces, so is he going to give us like multiple stat chips? We had 3 spots in our inventory. I don't know if I should be doing that. Fighting a bunch of Infirmon, you're probably not going to give us any stats, but you may give us some decent money. And I think we'll be able to whip these guys' ass with all of our AoE abilities. So so here we go. Yeah, we should actually trash this fight so hard. And these guys don't, unfortunately, do a lot of damage to us with their little moves, so I don't have to worry about getting wombo comboed. Unless they all do limit breaks and then they're all going to hit me at once, in which case then I might have something to worry about, but for the time being we should be okay. It's in these particular fights that DG Dimension has maximum effect, because look, it's just turning these guys all to fucking mush and stuff, which is great. Let's use some double disc here, just help ourselves out the way. It's a Samurai Guy Digimon that gives you 20,000 TP, excellent for leveling the Tamer level. Is that inside this game, Ollie? No way, that can't be right. Huh. He's from the Digimon Axel Virtual Pet Toys and he didn't really appear against his couch potato. Alright, cool. Wow, that was a lot of items we just got from this fight. Holy shit. 4 large double disc and a super hollow disc. I don't know if I want all that, but I'll take it. It's just filling up the inventory at this point anyway. Samudramon gives Trainer XP. There you go, that's pretty good. Okay, do we fight against Armageddon here? I mean, why not, right? Should be able to handle it. 4.5 minutes. At the very least, hopefully we'll pick up some XP. I'll probably end up throwing some top-ups at our guys here just to get them strong. I'm kind of nervous now because I feel like in taking 2 ultras right now, because they're not at max stats, right? We've kind of took like a bit of a debuff in a way, but obviously they're super strong and they got given XP. But when we I don't know who he's doing a limit break on. It's Chaosmon. I can't get to him. DG Dimension fucked me a little bit there, guys, sorry. I was, what was I going to say there? Yeah, so obviously when you EXE fuse when your stats are high enough, you would get 1 Digimon that would go up to max stats. Because we don't have max stats just yet and we can't fuse technically, we've took a debuff, but I think that once we get these guys both up to their final stat levels, then we will be in a stronger position than we were before, because we'll have 2 max stat Digimon instead of 1. But until we get those guys up higher, then we're gonna kind of suffer a little bit. But it looks like right now we're kind of bashing through some of these kind of earlier, harder fights pretty easily, so not a bad thing. There we go, Armageddon. He was really tricky for us at one point and we just absolutely demolished him. Unfortunately, the stats we're getting here are pretty shit as well. It's a bit of a bummer. I thought at least the final guy of the dungeon would probably give us a bit better XP, but maybe it's because we're in too low level dungeon. Okay, cleared. Nice. I don't actually think we've done too many of these, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, let's net back in. We're just going to continuously grinding. I think this is the best place that we can kind of go, guys. Unfortunately. And then when our dudes are hungry, we will try and use Seraphimon's diner as much as possible to try and bash up the rest of our XP. It's our HP that's kind of letting us down at the minute, our HP and our MP. So we'll figure out that shit and then we'll do the rest, alright? You guys cool with that? Cool. There are 3 Digimon that buff your stats. They help you get to max stats, says Damien. Okay. If you, are you guys... By the way, Wolfie, utility range increases the amount of stats you can buff with your plugins. Use the range ones first and then the plugins for most boosts. You guys are the best. If that's correct, Fabsy, then kudos, mate. So I need to increase the range. So when it says the range of your defense, it doesn't necessarily mean the range in which your Digimon are like from the enemies. It actually means the gap of your stats. Is that correct? Dude, that's the thing about these kind of games. Like, I love that there's hidden things like that, but I wish I'd known that. Like, how did people figure that shit out? Alright, so range stats first, and then we're going to use our big boosts. Roger. That's ridiculous. I kind of like that that's a secret, but at the same time I'm like, why would they not just tell you? Why is there not just like an extra sentence of text there to make sure that you get that correct? I don't know. There we go. So Damien says Paladinmon mode and Lucimon give the most stats, I think. Alright, well luckily well, none of these guys are here. Let's talk to these dudes. We know what Big Thingy Face does. Let's talk to Dynasmon here. I shall bestow my power upon you. Partner strength and wisdom raised by 50. So Dynasmon is one of them as well, apparently, which is good to know. Ridiculous. That's the equivalent of 2 battles, insta. I did not even know. Can we do that again? No. Gankamon, what can you get for us, buddy? Partner's friend increased. Okay, yeah, cool. And you're going to be the same as last time, right? You got 1,000 bit. Alright, so the people we're looking out for, Dynasmon is one. She obviously gives us back HP and MP for or she gives us extra time for a cost of our HP and MP. Alright, fine. Let's get through Levimon here. and C, or Leviamon. I always get this guy's name wrong, but I think Omegamon gives a small buff to all stats, Craniamon buffs half your stats, and maybe Ultra Force buffs the other half. Alright, I'm glad you're here tonight, Damien. That's excellent stuff, dude. Thank you. So hopefully we can maybe up this game a little bit. We can maybe speed things up. Just goes to show that, again, despite the fact that I've had so much time invested in this game, so many hours, the fact that I can still learn shit like this is mind-blowing. And then obviously Ollie points out that Electric Gas Kukamon gives tons of EXP as well, so if we bang into Electric Gas Kukamon, obviously we can take that challenge ASAP. Fuck my life. Christopher says, when all my exams are done, I might start a new game of DW1. Christopher, I'm going to tell you right now, I love Christmas time in terms of Digimon because I have a good friend who lives, he doesn't live super far away, he lives about an hour and a bit's drive away from where we live now. He used to live in my hometown, but when he went away to university and got a job further afield, he moved away. Sometimes at Christmas time he comes back to visit his family, and then what happens is all of our friends get together in one of my other friends' sheds. This is starting to sound like a weird kind of orgy, but he's got like a gaming shed, we meet up, we play old school video games. Sometimes at Christmas we start a fresh save of Digimon World 1 and see how far we can get. And I love it, dude. I love it. It's one of my happy places. It's just so comfortable and so, it just feels homely. And it sounds super nerdy, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single shit. It's great. We just order pizza, we play old school video games, play some new video games, and just hang out at Christmas time, and it's a really good feel. And I think that we'll hopefully get around to doing that this year. Right, Chaos Galamon, you're only level 55, mate, which is much lower than Armageddon, so we're not going to deal with his ass. Here we go, the big dog. Now, you guys mentioned one of this. Did you mention this guy? No, this is just going to be a fight, right? Rage mod. Belphimon Rage mod. I don't know what to do. Perhaps you could dance. Right, what level are you going to be, Belphimon? 62. So maybe he can provide us with a little bit more. I'm going to unfortunately have to do a bit of spamming here, guys. We transformed them into pixel mode. Oh, God bless. Right, let's spam some large MPs and try and get some of our energy back, because all these big buff moves are really taking a toll on our digis here. So we're going to top back up a little bit. Love DW once we see. I know, me too. It was really fun to do way back when we didn't. Oh my God, this guy's taking ages to kill. Right, so with what Fabsy said was we should probably do oh, I don't actually have any of the range ones other than the X, right? Increases attack and defense, range of attack, range. Oh, right, we do utility booster S. Boom, increases the range of attack and defense. So if we throw one of these bitches in there, and then we go in and use increases. So we'd use S and X. So it's like 6 but without the E. All right. Ideal. I'm not going to forget that anymore. We use the S and the X, and then we can get max kind of stats inside the battles, which is GG. Alright. To finish my train of thought there, because I was halfway through a story. When we played DW1 back through at Christmas time and we didn't know how to do everything, we were learning it again because we hadn't played it since we were children. And we got some, I had one friend open with a laptop, the other one was doing snack runs. And then I was in the middle with a controller and we were just trying to see how far we could get. That was a good team dynamic. Nowadays I feel like I've played the game so much, so a bit of all the kind of hidden aspects and all the kind of secrets are they're not new anymore, so I've lost that novelty. But it's still really good fun to play through it. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's cozy, man. It's cozy. Totally, man. Sitting indoors and warmth during winter, enjoying some nostalgia. Yeah, it's ideal. You guys know. Everybody who likes video games and have played old video games and then play them later knows. It's a good place to be, I think. Pretty antisocial, but I mean, if you're playing it with... Oh my God, who are you going for this thing? Palindrome again? If you're sitting with your friends, how can anybody say that it's antisocial? Get fucked. Get fucked. Society norms. Societal norms. We could team up, says Ollie. We could team up, play Digimon World 1 while in the stream, just work at your own pace and talk about what's going on in our games chat. I mean, we could do. But then what I'm scared about, Ollie, is that one of my friends drops a vulgar swear word or something even more potentially racist. And then not that my friends are all racist, but you know how it is, right? And then I'm going to end up getting banned. But maybe one day we could do a stream with the guys. I don't know how I'd get my full rig and whatnot up to the shed, but maybe we could talk about it at some point. That'd be really cool. I would like that a lot. Alright, let's what are we're gonna have to drop some stuff here. Honestly, I don't ever think we're gonna need baby strawberries again, but all this shite. So much garble. The reason I had so many bandages and stuff, folks, is because we were obviously doing the Bolt Boutmon Part 1 inside Bonnie Resort when you're kind of jumping through the portals. Got a stamina chip here as well. Wow. Are we actually getting these from, like, people inside here? This guy's going to give us a Belthemon Rage Mods Digivolution Stone, I would imagine, which I kind of want. Let's just get rid of our medicine. Fuck it. Maybe that was a mistake, but we can always buy some more. Belthemon cleared as well. Nice. Cool. I think Ice Statue is the best attack in the game, says Damien. I found that when we played, Damien, that the ice moves were a bit slow, but maybe I'm just being a complete buffoon. I guess everybody's got their own kind of personal favourites and whatnot. Have we done E yet? No. Cool. James is here. What's up, James? Metal Mamimon Electric Gas Cucumon Hype. Just in time for the memes, James. I love it. Excellent. Welcome, dude. Hope everything's well. Hope the baby's well. I hope they make a new world after Survive and the next story game, says Couch Potato. I hope so as well, Couch. I really hope so as well. I would love to see another installment in the franchise. I can't get enough of it. I honestly can't. Despite the fact we're here grinding Next Order 2 years after it came out, doing all this extra shit, doing series on YouTube, doing live streams of the grind. I love it. I think it's great. And when they add in, you know, with modern technology where they make the games bigger and add in like extra characters, extra possibilities of Digivolutions, I'm just like, if another one was announced or released, then I would be lining up big time. Lining up big time. I would love that. I would love a DW1 HD remaster, but the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. I think this is the closest we'll ever come to a Digimon World 1 remaster, but you never know. Crazier things have happened, so let me see what you guys are talking about here. Kids are knackering, says James. I can imagine. I can only imagine, dude. If I find it difficult to look after and deal with virtual pets in a video game that I can turn off at any time I want, I don't even... IRL, it's like you can't pause IRL, right? Real life, you can't pause real life. The baby's crying if the baby needs fed, you can't just like load the save, you know what I'm saying? not that you would want to. This is getting weird. Alright, I'm just going to move on really quickly before I embarrass myself anymore. Damien says put stuff in the warehouse. Yeah, I think I will. We're going to do that in a minute. We have to... What happens, Damien, is every single time I stack the warehouse with like 10 items, and then I come back in to do more runs and they're like, here's a Digivolution Stone, here's a Digivolution Stone. So that's why I end up with an extra clusterfuck of Digivolution Stones. Why did he always pick on Paladramon? Or Imperial Dramon, I should say. Thunder Justice for that 1k damage once they are paralysed. Yeah, nice. And the DW1 Ice Statue was OP, yeah, in the first game it was insane. Let's see, I'm going to use a large MP. What did Ice Statue even do in the first game? Is Ice Statue the one from DW1 that had the Aurora Freeze ability from this game, like the look? I can't remember, dude, it's so hard to remember. Maybe sometimes I'm glad I've got a shit memory, because it means that when I go back and play DW1 I'll be like, ah, that's how that works. That's what that move does. Oh, that's the powerful move that I was missing. Who knows? Best Digimon I got was the Monzimon, says Ollie. Was that potentially from the Numamon? From the Numamon nonsense at Toy Town, Ollie, I'm guessing. Buster Dive was insane. And it was definitely one of Monzimon's most OP moves. I think the thing about Buster Dive is you can pick up pretty early in the game if you got like, even if you got, let's say, you picked up like a Tyrannomon or like a Centaurmon or something like that, you could probably trot along to like the jungle, what's it called, the tropical jungle, and then along to like a middle forest and that, and then beyond to the Dino region. There was a lot of like enemies in there, I'm pretty sure, who would teach you Buster Dive, I think. Although I'm saying that, when we did the, you guys can remind me of this because you might have seen it, obviously you would have seen it after I recorded it, but did it not take us like a while to get Buster Dive when we did the Let's Play of Digimon World 1 this time? Is that not one of the montage kind of clips that I had where it like took me like 10-15 goes or something to get it? I'm not sure. Kids have no off button, says James, yeah. Unfortunately not, dude. Unfortunately not. Best Digimon I got was Garurumon, says Damien, with Ice Statue and max speed. Yeah, Garurumon, dude. So OP. I just remember my bewilderment when I was younger and I was like trying so hard to like digivolve something new, and then something completely this is before I could see any guides or before I could see any of the you know, if I hadn't played the game that much, so any Digimon I got was like a mystery. The chart was all greyed out and I had no way to like Google it or anything, and then I would get something like a Garurumon for the first time and I'd be like, like, wow, what did I do with this guy? This is ridiculous. There's definitely some good feels there, some good vibes. You know what? You can shove your fucking Imperial whatever up your ass. I don't really give a fuck. Right, let's go on. I could never beat Giromon. I wasn't the best at working out how to get certain Digimon. Thankfully, I never took DW1's mechanics and made them. Thankfully, Next Order took DW1's mechanics and made them better. Says Ollie. Yeah, I think what they did was the good thing about Next Order is that they kind of refined the game and made it a little bit more. They kind of kept a lot of the mystery and behind the scenes stuff. There's still a lot of grafting to do in Next Order. There's still a lot of like figuring out and things that you need to look stuff up for quite a lot, like finding resources, learning where to get moves, potentially finding out which Digivolution requirements are hidden behind the scene before you unlock too much of the dojo and stuff. But they definitely did make it a little bit easier to understand. You know, it wasn't a complete fucking mystery. Chaosmon, what's up? Bad luck, it's all down to destiny. I don't know, I think I need more room for that guy, I'm not entirely sure. Dynasmon, are you going to give us stamina again? Strength and wisdom this time, so that was pretty good. Omegamon, I'm told that you buff our stats as well. Again, I'm sorry guys, my webcam might be covering up a little bit of this, so I'll try and slow down here. MP and HP raised by 200, strength, stamina, wisdom and speed raised by 20. You know the amount of times I've ran past these bastards and not spoke to them is actually unreal. Crusadermon, what's up dude? You have quite a bit of time remaining in a wait. In that case, how about this? 60 seconds lost and life partner raised slightly. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool in a way. I don't even think I've been this far before, or if I have, I've not been beyond the end of this game or beyond the end of this dungeon. I don't think. I'm gonna catch back up in just a little second with you guys once I wander through here a little bit more. We did actually just lose a bit of time, so we might not be able to beat our final dungeon in this area. I have been to this area before, but I just assumed these guys were all fights waiting for us, which is a bummer. I can't believe I've never spoke to them before. These Leomon, I think, charge us, do they not? If you get too close. No, they did earlier. Maybe off screen or something, I can't remember. Alright, let's just chat to this guy. I don't know if we'll be able to beat him in 3.5 minutes, but we're going to try our best. I am going to use the S utility booster first, just to make this fight go a little bit quicker, and then I'm probably going to top up with our next one as well. Just really, really quickly. If there's a trophy in this game for defeating all the dungeons... Wait, did I do that wrong? No, the range increases attack. Yeah, no, I did it fine. Greatly increases, massively increases. So I guess I need to get the... Massively increases attack and defense, massively increases range of attack. Alright, utility plug-in X. I'm going to sell the shitter ones of these guys because I know it always slows me down here. Right, I'm going to catch up right now, Bo. These guys are having their wicked way with Paladramon here. And this time it is actually Paladramon. Or Imperial Dramon, Paladin mode rather. This is probably the best way. It's not Paladramon at all. Never going to get old. Toy Town in your DW1 series was legendary, says Tom. I'm glad, dude. I really like Toy Town, so I put a bit of extra effort into the grind with Monzimon and whatever. Omega Blade. 3 minutes left. Is that going to do a lot of damage? I can't see anything. We're running out of energy here, guys, so I might actually have to refocus on the game a little bit. Got this guy down pretty low though, so it's level 60. I would hope that this dude gives us some decent stats, but again, I could be absolutely fucking wrong about that. Toss some large double discs into the arena here, just make things a little bit smoother. Alexander says, nope, just watched that one. It was the same day you got 5 sirloin 3 times in a row, and Digimon came back from the 10-year holiday. Oh my god. Thank you so much for that, Alex. I remember now. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. You guys were talking about it in the comments as well, I'm pretty sure. A couple of you guys were like, oh, when you casually get 5 sirloin 3 times in a row. Oh, so good, man. You guys are the best. Honestly, all the slow animation attacks were pretty awful PvP-wise, says Damien. Toy Town in DW1 was a place I spent a ton of time. Took me so long to get to Waru Monzimon and took so much longer to beat him, yeah. When I was younger, I only got through to Waru Monzimon once, and it was like one of these... It was when I was so young, I was so shit at the game, right? I basically pushed my way, I powered my way through as fast as I could, and I used all my items trying to just get to the final boss. And you know, because I was young, I didn't really understand that, you know, if I knew a failed attempt was coming up, I should have just cut it loose and got out of there and saved what little resources I had left. Because if you burn all your resources and then die anyway, you've wasted so much money. You guys get where I'm coming from? So when I was younger, I got all the way through to the end and I found Monzimon and I was like, oh my god, I've never been this far. I don't know what's waiting through this loading screen. And then I got to him and I was like, holy shit, it's Warumonzimon, this is insane. And I fought against him, and he just like one punched me. It was like Thunder Justice or something he dropped on us, insta killed me, and I was just like, well, I'm never going back here again. And that's how in my mind I built up DW1 to be like super hard, and in all reality it's one of the easiest kind of areas of the game once you figure out where you're going. There's only a few rooms, and the puzzle bit at the beginning, if you didn't know what you were doing with the whole Monzimon and the fact that you need a Numamon and that might have taken you a long time to kind of figure out, but it's definitely fun. I was really hoping that in Next Order I'd find Toy Town, but alas, there was no Next Order in Toy Town. Maybe there was no Next Order in Toy Town. There was no Toy Town in Next Order. Maybe there'll be maybe they're keeping that for Next Order 2, boys. Am I right? Perhaps. James says Jamie see the restaurant would be rubble once my kids got in, and then Jamie says it's cool. Have Vimon rebuild it. I like it. Lotus says for much as I like having control over the Digivolution, it's just a bit more exciting not knowing what you'll get. Yeah, I agree. I think the Digivolution Dojo is a very nice addition, and it's pretty cool, and I think that it's good for allowing you to achieve what you want to get from the game the first time around. So, or maybe even just later into the game, you know, in like the late game. The best thing is about the Digivolution Dojo, right, is that it's there to use. This is, I think I mentioned this in my guide about the Digivolution Dojo. You don't have to use it if you don't want to use it, but it's there for the players that do. So the game doesn't force it on you, it's just tucked away in a corner of the city. If you want to keep your Digivolutions a mystery, you still can, which is really nice. But I do agree that inside Digimon World 1, because there was no, unless you were following a precise guide, and your Digimon like if you said, right, we've got Metal Greymon, or we've got Greymon stats up to this exact point, when I feed him this extra bit of meat, he should Digivolve. If he then Digivolves, you know you've got it right? But if you're not following a guide, and you're just kind of, you know, doing it randomly, doing it from stats that you want, doing it from like training things that you have available to you, and then you Digivolve, there is a lot of excitement there. There's a lot of excitement there. Let's talk to this guy. Is this Craniumon or something? Not Craniumon. Oh, it's Creepymon. Okay, cool. But I agree, Lois. There was a nice extra kind of spice to the first game where it was just like, because you put so much time into training up your rookies, when they finally went into champions, or when your champions finally stopped and did that Digivolution animation, it was like, oh my god, it's happening! Mom, get the camera! You know, there's some really hype moments in DW1. I think that's why some people remember it so vividly. Flame Inferno, I've never seen this before. That limit break legitimately just looks like he's having diarrhea. Sorry to put that image in your head, guys. I hope he does it. You'll see it again when he does it, right? What on earth was that limit break? I thought he was going to throw the ball of flame, in which case I thought it would have been epic, but it just looks like, you know, a bit of the old, you know what I'm saying? There's one guy that had an excellent guide for Next Order. I think his name was, oh no, that's not me. Wrong channel. Wrong channel, Ollie. You can get an X rank booster, I think, as well, says Fabs. We'll have a look in the, we'll have a look inside the, look at that, what is that? It's even called Flame Inferno. You can tell Creepymon's been eating the Indian food the night before, right? Eating some of that spicy burrito, extra spicy red hot sauce. Sorry, that's rude. We'll have a look for the other boosters when we go down to the city, Fabsy. I'm going to sell all the shitters, and I'm going to pick up the good ones, okay? Demon says, they charge if your starts aren't high enough, your Digimon scare them off. Scare them so they back off. I think this is to do with the Leomon. Is that when I was walking past Leomon? Can you take your fighter mode to the dojo and DNA Digivolve again? Or is it Paladin mode made different? Or is Paladin mode made differently? I never even assumed that we might be able to DNA fuse again. That is an excellent point, Damien. If that is a possibility, then holy shit. We're going to check that out in a minute. We'll have a little look, okay? Ollie says I could never find enough bits when I needed them in DW1. Does anybody know what's a good way to farm bits? I mean, I was kind of thinking this as well. I actually did a couple of things when I needed bits, because the only point inside the DW1 Let's Play that we needed tons of money was when we were raising enough money to buy all of the Digimon cards. I knew that was going to be a massive spending spree. So there's a couple of things that I did. I actually used Toy Town. I know we were just talking about this, right? But if you fight against the 3 Toy Agamon in one of the end rooms, I think they give you like 1300 bits per fight or something like that, or is it even more? I can't remember, but they give you, I remember that particular fight giving you a big amount of points. And then on top of that, if you want to, you can also use the Mojimon kind of, it's not really a glitch, it's more of just like a trick you can do, where you buy a ton of, I think it's medium recoveries or something. Don't quote me on this, don't go ahead and do it. Check it first, check it online. But you can buy a bunch of recovery items from the store, go to the Mojimon, you trade all of them to him. I know it takes a bit of time, but you trade them all to him. He gives you back another item, and then you sell all of those items, and then you can make a massive profit from doing that. That's another way you can raise bits, Ollie, so maybe that helps. You can also sell your sirloin as well. That's a fantastic point. Damon's correct there. I like that one. That's something that we started doing as well towards the end of the first. Yeah, whatever, dude. It's fine. Towards the end of our series, I think we actually started selling our sirloin and just making profit that way as well. Something else you can do. It's pretty cool. Cool. You can also do fishing as well if you've got that. Yeah, I see Damon saying that as well. Alright. A lot of good tips here. Let's head along to the Digivolution Dojo. We'll take a little break from doing these runs. I actually don't know if there's... Wait, there's Mikumon. What's up? Never spoke to you yet. Nothing beats a dark place for unwinding. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you can have this. And my inventory's still full. Right. First thing we need to do, guys. Let's go down to this place. We're going to dump all the fish that we have on us. I don't know why we're carrying around a cartload of fish, but we have some. Let's do this nice and quickly, alright? So, I probably shouldn't have sold all my recoveries. Greatly increases the range of attack and defense. There's one of these that I want to get rid of. Strength check we could probably use. Utility S greatly increases attack and defense. Is that better than the X plugin? No, that's massively. Alright. We could probably store all of you in here. Massively increases range of attack. So greatly increases range of attack. So we're going to get rid of this. So it's just the X's we want. The booster and the plugin. And I guess we do the booster first. Alright. Sorry guys, it took me a minute to figure that out. We've actually got a couple of extra stats as well. What we'll do is I'll put these in the back and then we'll have a look at all of our stat chips together. Maybe we can just use some of those. If I was going to do that though, I'd probably do it inside the series rather than with you guys just now. Because I want to save some content for the actual Let's Play itself. So, yeah, all these fucking items. God damn it, right. How many fucking items have we got here? Right, that takes us down to 37.50, so that's plenty. Alright, cool. Let's go along to the shop, then we're going to go to the dojo. Alright, you guys down for that? So it's looking pretty good though from this little like home screen. And when we actually go up to the fishing bag, it's going to proc in a minute as well, so that's pretty cool. Now I can see it, Jack. Do we all know what the card shopkeepers in Gear Savannah were? Do you mean like the actual people who sold you the Digimon cards and had the shops? I'm not entirely sure what particular entities they were, but I would imagine they were a Digimon of some kind. Fucking Digi Ripoff Mon or something like that, right? Fucking, I remember those buying and selling packs to those guys. They were massive con artists. Alright, let's see here. What did I come to buy? Came to buy the utility stuff, didn't I? I don't think we need to top up on anything else just yet, but I could probably buy a stash of these right now. So, it's the X's we want. Defense booster, utility plug-in X massively increases attack and defense. We're going to buy a lot of you. Let's buy you. And utility plug-in. One of these bad boys greatly increases the range. Why is this so hard for my brain to process this? I don't fucking understand. And greatly increases it's the X that we want, right? Can I not buy the... Oh, maybe I can't buy the other utility one. And I've just stashed a bunch of these in the bank, right? Fuck. Alright, we'll buy an extra 10 and take the other ones back in the bank. I think we only have access to this one for the time being. We don't actually have the X version. Which is a bit of a shame, but for the most part we're fine. Greatly increases attack and defense, utility, yeah, and then the boosters. Cool. Alright, for the most part we're alright. Oh, maybe we can... No, he's Digivolutions on. Okay, cool. Sorry. I had a slow moment there, guys. I wanted to just have a quick leaf there and make sure I was doing that correctly. Let's go up to the dojo and have a look at what Damien said, because that would actually be a really cool feature on the off chance that this is possible. Unfortunately, your partners are not a combination that can undergo DNA, and apparently we can't do anything. So, worth a check. I like that tip though. It was a good try. Good try. Do we... what we'll do is I'll walk across to the actual... I'm going to walk across to the fucking district dimension thing, because I think we're going to proc our upgrade right now. Oh, maybe not. Does that happen in a little while? We did put our fishing bank on upgrade, right? Is there little... There should be little markers. Yeah, okay. So that's cooking. Nice. Nice. I don't know if we have any more paths to do today, guys. We might have actually done them all. What are you doing here? Anything fun ahead? We could actually speak to Mikumon there and actually pick that item back up off her, but I can't really grasp right now at this point in time. Done that one. Have we done G? Done that one. T? Alright, nice. Got some more. I never thought I'd be thrilled about this, but now that I know I can get stats from some of the Digimon in here, I'm actually kind of excited. That's pretty good. Scamming Shopkeeper Mon, I think, is probably the name of that Digimon that sold you the cards. I feel like it was like you would buy the pack for like, I don't know, 500 bits or something, and then you would be able to sell the cards for like absolute pennies. Or you would buy from the vending machine inside the town, and then it would be like 100 a card. And then obviously you could trade them. You could trade them to Shogun Gekomon, but you would get tiny merit points for the amount of money you put in, which was pretty hilarious. You guys are talking about when Damien says they're only there during the first 15 days of the year. What are you guys talking about? From the map you recruit a Legmon, go to the map, and then the map to the left. I'm not sure if that's not enough bits. Oh, that's the trout maybe? I admired the DW1 for things that you can do with certain times of the year, like the rain plant appearing on the 15th day. Yeah, I love that shit. And another thing that I can think of off the top of my head is obviously the Bugland tournament happens on a certain day. I think it's like the 23rd or something. 23rd day of the year. I really liked that. It was like a really novel functionality, because one day we would just be passing by and the rain plant would be sitting in the village, and me and my friend would be like, "Did you know a plant could grow in that little box over there?" And we're like, "Nah." And then after that we would just reset the loading screen over and over. The rain plant would never appear because it would only ever come on the 15th. We never actually realised that for a long time. I think one of our friends at school finally actually found a way to like Google some tips, or found a game fact or something, and he was actually able to be like, "Oh yeah, that only appears on the 15th, dude. Don't bother looking for it any other day because it doesn't arrive on any other day." I know where the card shop is, Damien. I was just wondering if the shopkeepers were actually Digimon or not. I remember the noises they'd make. Komonazi. Oh yeah, that's it. It's like Komonares. Something like that, right? They make the little kind of buzz noise. Yeah, Ollie, I get you. And maybe they were indeed, maybe electric gas Digimon, who knows? I assume they're Digimon like a Digimon is a Digimon, but separate attack and defense ones is fab. See, that's obviously in reference to the items and shit. Okay. Cool. I think we're pretty much caught up here. Scamming Shopkeeper Mon, Robbing Bastards, Rage Mode. Their full title. I like it a lot. Good thing I have tomorrow off, says Lotus. Yeah, we're going a bit late tonight. What is it? It's only half time. Unless you're somewhere in Europe, Lotus, then it might be a little bit later for you. But we're only at 9:30 here, so we're doing not bad. Not bad at all. Sukamon, amazingly average rod. What? That's a new one. That's a new one, James. Amazingly average rod. Yeah, that was another thing. When we got the super rod back in the day, I remember because we would try and fish. I knew nothing about Seedramon when I was at school. When I played this game the first time around back in like the days of like primary school, is what we called it here in the UK. I had no idea about Seedramon. I could see him, but I didn't actually think you had to fish for him. I just assumed that he had a different interaction. Maybe if you came back with a Seedramon, maybe if you came back with a powerful water Digimon, maybe if you came back at a certain time of day, a certain time of year, he would interact with you. Can you give us something now? Wisdom chip. ×1. Alright, nice. I'll take it. What are you going to give us? Give us some strength here, Dynasmon. Yeah, strength and wisdom raised by 50. How are we getting on then, in terms of our stats? 8,000. HP's up to 65, so we're doing alright. Not bad. Still a little bit of a distance to go though. I guess Omegamon. Oh, it's Shine Greymon that's here today. We meet again, Wolfate. You get Digi Holy Water, Digi Diamond, Blue Digizoid, and 3 Godwood. Wow. I really wish I'd spoken to these guys before now. I feel so stupid. HP and stamina raised by 50. Or 500, I guess, in the case of HP. Pretty. Oh my god. Oh, the gold Digimon, but yeah, when we back to my, I always cut off and get a bit distracted, but when I was smaller and I could fish, you know, I would try and catch fish. You'd try and use your regular rod as much as you could, try and get as much value out of it as you could, and then when you actually speak to Shogun Gekomon and you get the super good rod. Oh wow, we got a Machinimon here. What's up, dog? When you actually speak to Shogun and you get the super good rod, that was like such a fucking game changer. Because you would just toss it once, so you'd push X and then it would fly to the back of the water, and you'd be like, a game changer. Absolutely insane. I loved it. So many good hidden secrets of Digimon World 1. And you know the biggest one that I found out later on in life, guys? I didn't know about the whole extra dimension that exists. What's it called? Oh my god, are you really going after my dude already? Imperial Dramon's getting his ass kicked. Is it the back dimension, I think is the name of the place. I didn't even know the back dimension existed, folks. I didn't even know it existed. You know when I found out? When I was making the Let's Play of DW1, and I was doing some looking online, and people were talking about this place that would sometimes appear in the discussions, and I'm like, what the fuck are they on about? Like, if you go to this place, if you go back to the prison, if you go back to the Ogre Fortress at a certain time of year and then you do this, it takes you to a new place, and I was like, this is just like some Mew level shit from Pokemon, you know? Take a level 100 Nidoking to the truck and then scream, use Roar or use Strength in the truck, get a Mew. That's what I thought it was like, you know? But when I actually looked it up, it was real. That you can actually go to the back dimension in DW1. There was a whole part of the game with items and Digivolution items and other like Digimon in there that I'd never found, and I was like, my mind is literally blown. Jamie says he wishes he has tomorrow off. Sorry to hear that, Jamie. The opticians need you, dude. They need you. You're the best in the biz. They need you to help them. Although hopefully now that it's now that all the sales and shit have calmed down, hopefully it's a lot more chill. Damien says, well, off to work for me. Alright, dude, if you're still here, Damien, I feel like I always catch these messages a little bit too late, but if you're still here, I hope you have a pretty good day at work, dude. Hope it goes smoothly, alright? Take care, and thanks for all your tips and sticking around for a bit. Much, much love. Machine Drum on battle music was indeed hype. Right. I keep forgetting to take these guys to... I think we've done all of the paths at this point in time, so... I'm going to talk to Lilithmon, get a big stash of money here, and then we're going to try and focus on when it's dinner time, because I need to start giving these guys the best food that we can pretty much give them. There's a big stash of Digi Skrilla from young Lilithmon there, and it should be dinner time soon, right? These guys going to be hungry at 4? No? Okay, that was too good to be true. We'll try it, we'll play about here. I get how you mean, Jack. It's like I had a friend as a kid that said it was easier to get Garurumon if you called your character Lee. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a thing. I'll tell you for a fact, Ollie, there's maybe there is actually, I'm sitting here laughing my head off. There might be a bit of logic there, because I know for a fact, we've spoke about Yu-Gi-Oh games in the past, right? If you actually change the name of your character in Julius of the Roses, it changes the different decks that you're offered in the beginning of the game. So if there are other games from like JRPGs from way long ago in which you can input your name at the start of the game, maybe it does actually change the likelihood that you can get. I mean, Lee's pretty random. I don't know why Lee would get you a certain Garurumon, but I can't. It's funny when you said that, but no thanks, mate. I don't know. There might be a bit of logic there. Who knows? Yes. Maybe your friend was a 200 IQ genius, and and we've never actually took his advice seriously. Gonna buff some strength here, I think. Just try and get these guys up to dinner time. Not Digimon, but for Crash Team Wrestling. I read somewhere when I was a kid that if you beat Nitrous Oxide 30 times in a row, you unlock him as a playable character. Jamie, suffice to say it wasn't true. I hope you're finding that out not from experience, Jamie. I hope you went on like your 30th try of Nitrous Oxide and then you tank him and then you're just sitting there like, where's the fireworks? Where's the fanfare and the banners? Where's my playable character, you fucks? Oh man, classic. Julius of the Roses does do that. If Only Forbidden Memories did the same. Yeah, I don't know, like maybe there's a lot of games. I actually really like that. It means that if you come up with when you're playing games, if you come up with like a persona name for yourself, like my name's pretty boring, right? If I just call myself Jack, I could do that, right? But if I made up like an extra name like Mr. Wolfie, then when I played the game through again, I'd be offered different starting decks. I kind of like that. I kind of like that in a way. It's kind of funky. It's a completely unique aspect to the game, but right, what we're going to try and do here is, guys, is find the thing that can give us the absolute maximum amount of stats for the least amount of satiety and hopefully the cheapest amount of money. What we got here? Luxury Stew, 750. That gives a lot of satiety and it doesn't do a lot. In fact, 175. Is that better than some of our other ones here? 550. Weight plus 5. I think we go for this one, guys. Is that a bad play? Paradise Basket. 30 over the 40 of the Luxury Stew. I'm going to go for the basket because I think we can feed more of these to our Digimon. This is going to chew through our money here, but it's going to totally be worth it, because every time we can do this, this is like the equivalent to doing like a bunch of max battles. So, completely full. Alright, not bad. Right, what we're going to do now is probably just pass another day. I'm still scared that these guys are going to... I don't know if they get life extensions, but I think they do from being ultra mode. I know this is kind of boring, guys, but we are aiming to get these guys up as strong as possible, and so if we train, it's going to take us to night time, we're going to go to bed, we're going to wake up, we're going to go back to the food place, and that's going to give us... No, I don't want to say my game again, though. Thanks, PS4. Alright. And that's going to give us even more stats, and then we can maybe do some more runs, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see, how are we getting on? Strength is pretty high-ish, it's getting towards 9,000, but our HP is still kind of sucky. Did I dare go for MP as well to try and balance that out? I think MP might be a good shout. I don't actually know if I can upgrade some of my machines as well, guys. You know how Kabuterimon here on the right, our old friend Kabuterimon, I think he should be able to give us some sort of level ups for our training equipment soon, but I don't know if it's actually going to matter too much. I think the stats we're getting here are pretty shit. I mean, look at this. 123 is not bad, in fairness, but considering how much distance we actually have to go, it's kind of ass. I don't know. Let's see. Retro says, I didn't feel good today, not just in my abdomen region, but like breathing and mood. But I didn't feel shit, and I feel a little better now. I'm glad, Retro. Sometimes it's good to just kind of give yourself some you time, you know. Obviously, if you have to go to work, if you have to go to school, if you have to go to lectures and university and shit, then you have to get that shit done, right? But sometimes it's good to just actually take a few hours to just chill in your room and just do whatever the fuck you want. And maybe that'll help. It'll definitely affect your mood, I think. Sometimes it's also good to be super productive, though, so I know that's like contradictory advice there. Sometimes I can feel absolutely miserable, and then if I go out for a run, I actually feel fantastic when I come back in. It's so weird. There's something strange about it. It's to do with the chemicals in your brain and all that jazz. Dopamine, too much dopamine, you get a bit depressed and all that jazz, and then when you restrict it, it can actually be quite good when you come back, but I don't know. I'm not saying you should go out for a run if you feel ill in your abdomen, but you know what I mean. Paradise Fruit Basket, we're going to cram more of you down. Okay. Well, let's go back up to the gym, reset, and we're just going to do a couple more of these. I don't think we need to worry about our funds too much, guys. I think we should be alright. Miss Have It, if you call your character Tom in DW1, you'll straight away get an electric gas Kukumon. Maybe Tom. I think you'd have to call yourself fucking Arrestedramon or something to get some of that nonsense up here, most likely. But that'd be so funny. Imagine there was like a really imagine there was a really unique, passive, weird like niche name that you could punch in, and it would actually just give you like a starting Metal Greymon or something. That'd be pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. You just start the game off with a Metal Greymon. How luxurious would that be? Stomping around, just beating the shit out of everybody. I think when we're talking about a comparison of this game and DW1, so Next Order and DW1, obviously one of the things that they let you do in this game that I don't know if I agree with. You guys give me feedback on this, right? Because I'm not sure, right? But you know how in this game you can pick up moves even if you can't use them yet? So let's say you have a Wormmon. Obviously Wormmon can't do DG Dimension V3, but if you were to win a fight with Wormmon against someone who had that move, you still have the chance to learn it. What do you guys think about that? Because I'd be interested to hear what you think, because I always thought it was kind of like, there was something nice about raising a Birdramon or a Fire Digimon, running around collecting all the fire moves and then keeping those for your next gen, you know? And I feel like when if I'm a Birdramon in Next Order, I shouldn't really be able to learn like Aurora Freeze or Hurricane or something like that, you know what I mean? I don't know if the chances of you learning moves are increased by you being the correct type in this game. Something tells me that you might, because sometimes you go into a battle and you pick up loads of moves in a row, and sometimes they are like relevant to your type of Digimon, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'll be interested to hear what you guys have to think on that one. In the meantime, we're going to hit up this bad boy. We're going to do some more runs. Chit shit. Isn't there any Digimon that can provide you with max stats for your Digis, Wolfie, Tom? Tom asked that quite a while ago, so apologies guys, I'm way behind here, but I've tried to find Digimon inside the game, so I've been to the Metal Siegemon inside Absolute Zero, Tom, who is the strongest one. The strongest Digimon that I could find, but other than that, I don't think there's anybody else. I mean, like, these guys are level 51. They're not going to give us good stats. I think we need to fight against, like, Bolt Boutmon or something, but that's who we're training up to be anyway. So it would be kind of anticlimactic to train against them and then verse them in the series, you know what I mean? It'd be kind of cool for you guys, I think, watching, but for the most part. Retro says, thanks, lads. I'm glad. I hope that you are feeling better, Retro, because there's nothing worse than having a sucky day. So, GG's. Remember, kids. Okay, Ollie, I'll just let that comment sit for itself. I don't think I need to go into much detail. Guys, I was actually adding more filters after the last live stream, guys. I was adding more filtered words to my my chat list. I'm thinking based on how nonsensical you guys get sometimes, I might have to add some more. But no, I've just walked in that battle accidentally. There's loads of QL stuff in this game compared to DW1. QL, Retro, I'm trying to think what that would stand for, something of learning. I don't know what QL could stand for, so maybe. True, James. James says electric Cascucamon DW1 evolves into a Frigimon. I thought, right, hold on. You're changing the lore of the Mr. Wolfie chat right now, guys, because I'm pretty sure that you guys told me that electric Gaskukamon digivolved into what was it, like Camping Stovemon or something like that. I feel like you guys are changing this up too far for me to keep a lid on here. I don't know. Somebody has to write like a lore somewhere so that we can reference the lore and we can all be in agreement, because some of these electric Gaskukamon Digivolution memes are getting out of control. Alright, I'm just telling you that right now. Jamie says, at least in this game, you don't get a Greymon ambushing you while you have a Digibaby. That's true. Although, I'm trying to think, is there any sneaky punches that Next Order pulls on you? There are Digimon. This is kind of filthy. I thought this was kind of gross. So there's Digimon in this game that you approach, and if they're very, very strong, you know, noticeably strong, when you approach them, like Grand Quagmon, for example, you can walk up to Grand Quagmon. He gives you the chance to run away. The dialogue is quite cryptic. You know, he doesn't just say, you know, run away, but I think one of your options there is like, best to leave this for now. So that's quite a clear explanation that if you don't want to fight this guy right now, you could just peace out, right? Get the fuck away. But that being said, there are Digimon in this game that you talk to, and as soon as you click X, you're locked into the battle. So they don't give you an opportunity to run away. That's kind of cheeky. I think that's kind of cheeky in a way. But I like it, because it means that, you know, whenever you're playing the game, let's say Next Order 2 comes out, and none of us have played it, right? It's all fresh. We're playing it on the fly, right? It means that when we speak to certain Digimon, we don't actually know. Is this guy going to attack me? Is he going to let me go free? Do you know what I mean? Like, should I be worried about this in a counter? Do I even dare speak to him right now? Or she, if there's a big powerful female Digimon, do I dare speak to her just now? Or do I leave her and come back? What if she attacks me? Because I always thought about that in this game. You know, there's the woman inside. Wow. There's the woman inside. I've never been in this part before. I don't think. You know, there's the woman inside the church, the female angel Digimon. I forgot what her name is, but you guys can remind me. I always was unsure if she was going to challenge us. And I was kind of scared. Wow, Megamon, you're just fucking... Okay. Oh, Barbermon blocks. Oh, shit. Right, I want to try and explore this dungeon a little bit more, guys, because I feel like there might be some hidden guys in here that we can speak to that will give us free stats, so I'm going to try and find him right now. Also feels like it's a lot easier to learn moves in this game than Digimon 1. I think so as well, Retro. I need to coach Next Order there because my words were getting jumbled, but... Sometimes in this game, I feel like it is really easy to pick up a move. I feel like Next Order, there's one move that we were trying to get, and it took me fucking ages. And you start to lose hope. You start to... Like, when I was grinding against the Mud Frigimon, I always bring up this example, so I apologise if you guys have heard me rant about the Mud Frigimon before, but when we were playing DW1 and I was grinding against the Mud Frigimon off screen, I was trying to get this move. Remember, I made like a compilation where it was like, just every time. That took me fucking ages, dude. It took me like 40 minutes of non-stop battling these Mud Frigimon to get this move, and I was starting to think, is the information I've read online faulty? Is it a lie? Is the cake a lie? And I was just like, I was starting to lose hope, and then it eventually appears and you're like, oh my god, that means that everything I've been doing up until this point has been worthwhile because we finally got to it. But until you get to that, here's the new move point, you're like, am I just wasting my time here? Am I grinding against these absolute shit Digimon? Not getting any stats, not getting any money, not getting any good items. Am I wasting my time? It's quite terrifying, but that means that when you finally get it, let's say you start a new game, you bang into a Mud Frigimon by accident, you're like, oh fuck. And you fight the battle, and you get it first time, it's like, oh my god, that's so unlikely to happen. And it gives you a really good feeling. You know, you have to have lows to have highs, I guess. This is kind of getting back to the RNG talk that we were discussing earlier, so apologies, I'm kind of running in circles here, but you guys know where I'm coming from, right? I do feel that in this game, though, to go back to Retro's original point, I do feel like it's a lot easier to learn games, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. Holy shit, we've got the Angel Bros here. We're just going to piece past these guys. I think this should take us into the 9th room, or Dimension 5. I'm completely lost at this point. I'm glad that I never harvested that point because it actually acts as a notification. This is the Barbaramon room. And this is going to take us back through where we went. We've been in this particular part earlier, a second ago, but I wanted to check if there was any other Digimon I could find in here. I feel like I'm running in circles. Bomber Nanimon. I don't know if there's anybody important in here, guys, that I need to speak to. I've been trying to find them by going in different routes that I normally take, but I'm not entirely sure. Quality of life, of course, Retro, thanks for that. I don't think there's anything else in this area that we need to get, right? Memory 1, that's us back to the start. I'm going to run directly past this guy because I don't normally do this. Let's see where this takes us. To Memory 6. This is Barbaramon, right? Who would normally be in front of us here, I think. That was a guess. Last time we took a left in here, now we're taking a right. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of a mental game here. This is us back to here. So how do I get to the end of this place? This is into the... Is this the Megamon room? So it should be one of these exits, right? Right. No, please don't. I really wouldn't. I'm not interested. Memory 11. Ah, this is what I wanted. Perfect. Alright, so who we got? You got 1 MP chip. That's good because we need MP. Alright. Jessman, what you got for us, buddy? Royal Knight power at its woe. A random amount of time was restored. Took us up to 4 minutes. Alright. Omegamon. Give us the stats, baby. HP and MP raised by 200. Stamina, strength, wisdom, and speed by 20. Pretty good. And then Susan, what you got for us, pal? You done well. Now accept my fighting spirit. And they give us happiness. Alright. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. And then here we've got this big dog. Alright, surely if anybody could give us decent stats, it would be this dude, Lucimon. In his SM mode. Cool. Call us Willis from America because we're creating our own Digimon. Yeah, right, Willis. You totally created Pokemon Terriermon, says Ollie. Is that the first Digimon reference? Ollie asked Tom. Yeah, it is. Alright, cool, there we go. Ask my question for me there, Tom. Cheers. It's been I don't even know if I've seen the first Digimon World movie, or the first Digimon movie rather. I did go back and rewatch the first season after you guys were talking so much about it recently. But I don't know. I thought logically in my mind that it would be a good idea to watch that one first, then watch season 2, and then from there watch some of the newer stuff. Jamie C says, I heard you have to have spent enough time in an alley for that to happen. If done right, a Restramon that when it fades away gets a brown Digegg and a Kleenexmon. James. Oh no, that's what Jamie was talking about. Alright. Guys, chat please. Contain yourselves. Who's hyped for 3k subs, says Fabsy. You should be one of my hype managers, Fabsy. I think I'm going to employ you as a channel manager just to post on my social media because you're pretty excellent at calling out the closure of 3k subs. God bless. I don't even know what we're at. We're at like 2.9 I think, almost. Maybe 2.9. We were 2.8 something yesterday. Every time we do the live streams we pick up a handful of subs, which is quite good in a way. I'm kind of nervous for people who sub to the channel for random videos and then we do a lot of like other content. So I have like, as a random example, I've got 2 what are they called? Jurassic World Evolution videos. I made 2 guides for Jurassic World Evolution just out of the blue because I fancied it. Did we just lose the Digimon? That's awkward. Okay, I'm going to try and get that Digimon back ASAP. Took my eye off the ball a little bit too long there. I made... Right, you just behave yourself over there. I'm going to recover this scenario really quickly here. So I made 2 Jurassic World Evolution videos. Too many worlds inside these titles of these games, and I feel like people might have subscribed for that video, and then I feel like when we then stream Digimon they're a bit confused. So I feel like our subs that we pick up are coming from all different corners of the globe. I think the most comfortable subs that I get are ones from people either subscribing during like Digimon live streams like this, or from some of our Digimon series, because we've put so much Digimon content out there. I feel like these people won't be disappointed, but that's just my thoughts and feelings. Hopefully when we start doing other stuff like, you know, The Last of Us and things like that, we're about to do that. Hopefully that kind of spreads a bit of diversity, you know. Because right now we've been pumping out the Digimon stuff, which is fine because we all enjoy Digimon, but in terms of diversity and stuff, sometimes it's nice to mix and match, otherwise we're going to get Agamond out our minds and then be hating life. James says 3k hype. But sleeping in your alley, in the alley, is dangerous. There's a risk your Digimon will wake up sick. Take it to Centaurimon and he'll tell you your Digimon has Pokerus. You guys come up with the weirdest things, I'm not gonna lie. Right, I'm gonna throw some super recoveries here. I think that went off in time. Hopefully this doesn't hurt us too much. We're gonna be pretty low from this though. Super recoveries. I didn't think this guy was gonna put us to the push us to the wire so much. I just wasted a super recovery, which is a bit of a waste. I want to be able to use my double limit break here in the last minute that we have to beat this guy, but right now I'm completely thingied, so I can't. Can you guys get up, please? Please, please, please. We've got 54 seconds to make this work here. There we go. Nice. Got it. I think that should be him deads. And we can see if we get any decent XP from this dude. He beat 2.9 by the weekend, says Fabsy. Alright, nice. I like it. Fabsy, the prediction fortune teller. Oh no, James. Not that. Anything but that. Centaurimon urges you to end your Digimon suffering by sending you to see Mercy Pistolmon. I don't even know where these jokes are going, guys, but I'm sensing some horrors here, and I'm feeling like I should just go. Let's keep my innocent mind focused, because I'm innocent, right? I'm gonna focus entirely on the Digimon here. The first Digimon movie is so nostalgic to me. It gives me goosebumps every time I watch it, even these days. A classic, says Tom. Maybe I'll go back and watch it. How does that fit into season 1 and 2? Are they grown up in the first movie, or is that when they're still kids? I always find that anime films are so filler sometimes that it's like, oh, did I even commit to watching this? But if you guys hype them up, and wow, we got a trophy for the first time in like 12 years, Ruler of Other Worlds. I think I know what that's for, guys. I think that's for completing all of the Dimension runs. That's exciting. I know some of you guys might not give a shit about trophies, but I've played this game so long, this series, and I've not seen a trophy in so long, other than obviously the one for getting 200% prosperity or whatever. It's in between season 1 and 2, says Retro. Cool. Nice. Alright, yeah, so maybe if you guys hype them enough, I'll maybe go back and check them out. Which is kind of exciting. What are you doing? Palindromon, you're not even Palindromon, Imperialdramon. I feel like I said that a couple of times in the Bitmon episode, and I got some comments saying, Jack, that's not Palindromon, you idiot. And I was like, oh shit. My mouth's been running amok again. Alright guys, I'm waiting on our Digimon here to get a little bit hungry. There should be some point soon, but in the time being, let's just run through here and maybe just keep talking to some of our dudes that we can get buffs from, hopefully. We'll probably take a break from doing these runs over and over, although I think these are technically the strongest fights we can take right now, which is a bit of a bummer. I don't think we need to be absolute max stats in order to fight against Bolt Bitmon, but it would definitely make my life the easiest possible. It would give us the best fighting chance in order to just beat him without too much stress, so I don't know if we'll aim for that, but that's our target for the time being. I think it's something like what Retro said, says Tom, in regards to Retro talking about the first Digimon movie. Alright, cool. Thanks guys. I watched, as I said, I was watching back season 1 at Digimon World 1. I felt like there was, like, it was alright, but I felt like there was just a pattern. Because they're like so, do you know, because they're so small and they're all just they spend the first half of the season 1 digivolving into champions and stuff, it's a bit of a slow burner. But I did really like watching back some of the episodes. I mean, the one with, it's quite near the beginning actually, the one with Andromon inside the kind of machine town and stuff, and then there's the one when they actually go to Toy Town and stuff, and I was seeing all these bits and places and I was like, ah, nostalgia. Bathe me nostalgia. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to finish off season 1, maybe watch the movie and watch season 2 again, and then from there potentially go on to some of the other seasons. I'm not entirely sure, but Have any of you seen Digigid YTP? I'm not sure, Ollie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but the animation is completely different to the other anime. The first Yu-Gi-Oh movie though apparently says retro. Oh man, I've not even ever seen a Yu-Gi-Oh movie. I didn't even know there was one that existed, although based on the size of the franchise at this point it makes sense that there's movies. I'm not surprised, I'm just surprised I haven't heard of it before. I watched it recently. Jamie CC's and the abridged Yu-Gi-Oh movie as well. I have watched Yu-Gi-Oh abridged. I watched it backwards. I think, did I talk to you guys about this before? It was like one time. So my understanding of like some of the abridged like videos on YouTube, a lot of them are hilarious. The first ever abridged series I watched was Naruto abridged, which I think is like one of the first ones, because you know how like these days Dragon Ball Z abridged and Yu-Gi-Oh abridged, like all these bigger shows that are have millions of views every time an episode comes out, right? They're huge. I'm pretty sure some of those guys that do those now are from the original Naruto abridged series, but I could be wrong. Naruto abridged was huge for me back in the day, and I used to wait on an episode coming out every like few months, and I would just go over the moon when it popped off. When it appeared, I would be like, oh my god, it's here. And from there I've then went back and watched some other things, but the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged one I watched, and I watched it backwards because I seen a random episode recommended to me on YouTube one time. And so I watched it, and then I went backwards to see what had happened at the start, to see what they got to, but then I ended up just going backwards. So I don't know, it was a bit of a weird spot to be in, but it was really fun. It was really good fun. It was I started on the one where if you guys have seen all the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged, I know Jamie, you mentioned the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged movie, right? But if any of you guys have seen the series, there's a bit where he's like, there's one of the Yugi's dueling, or like the Pharaoh, whatever his name is, Yami's dueling, and he like overkills somebody, and it's like the duel's over, but then he just keeps drawing cards and like attacking, and then they like loop the animation of like the guy taking damage over and over. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's so funny, so good. Oh my god. Digigid, I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong, Ollie, so forgive me. It was a Digimon movie, YTP, and some of the jokes are so good. Alright, cool. Yu-Gi-Oh is great on Netflix. You can watch a whole season in an afternoon if you fast forward the fight, says James. Yeah, you can kind of speed run the show. I've actually added Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh appeared on Netflix. I did this a lot with a lot of my Netflix anime shows that are there. I just added them to my favourites list, and then, you know, sometimes I go back and kind of have a look at them again. It's nice to see them in like solid HD, because sometimes when I watched anime online back when I was like 10 years old, it was in like 240 quality on like a really old banger monitor on my dad's old computer, and it would just be like ads everywhere and stuff. And then yeah, now to get it in like flawless HD is like kind of nice. I shall bestow my power upon you then, smart. Alright, cool. Leopardmon, what's up, dude? Not spoke to you. I just got given 30,000 bits. Okay. And his life he's going to increase life again. Crusader Mod. Alright, cool. I call this place She Mote. Have you seen a bridge Digimon? No, I haven't. I think in fact, there was actually, maybe because I was watching all the other or all the other abridged shows, Ollie, maybe I actually did get one recommended to me. Is the abridged version of Digimon not in its infancy? Isn't it quite, maybe I'm talking absolute shit here, isn't it quite a fresh show? Aren't they like on a lower episode, whereas like some of the other ones like are they not like hundreds of episodes deep at this point? I can't actually remember. I didn't even know as well. I didn't think it was like, I think it was like a completely random like group that are doing it as well. I don't think it's like the original people that done some of the other shows, right? It's just completely random. Versus Weevil, lol. Although what happens in that's what happens in the actual show, says Jamie. So there's a bit of a play on the show there. I like it. It was so funny. I just remember watching it. And then what will happen is if I find something really funny that's got me like tears rolling down my face, kind of laughing, I have to watch it a few times. I'll post it to my friends, either on Facebook or something, and then like the next time we meet up, we'll just quote it non-stop while we're playing games. It's so stupid, but it's so funny. There's the, you know, the Yugi animation. I think we talked about this before as well, but the one where it's Yugi and Kaiba. I think is it Oni? Is it Oni cartoons? He does the Harry Potter one, but I think he did the Yu-Gi-Oh one as well. I can't remember, but it's so funny. You know when he summons Exodia and it's like all crippled because he's like fucked it up and stuff. Oh my god. I play my enraged battle axe. That's the most powerful card in the game. Love it, dude. Absolutely love it. With the ads about sexy singles in your area, I think it might have been Tom. Yeah, it was. I think it might have been about MILFs who are not looking to. They're not looking for love. They're just looking for something else. It was probably advertisements like that, you know. Convenient, especially given where I live in Scotland and the fact that I live in Scotland. I would be mightily surprised if any of those advertisements were true. But there you go. I think the Abridged Digimon was just one episode. Seems Pokemon Abridged has seen a bigger run before it stopped. I didn't even know there was a Pokemon one. You'd think that Pokemon would have like one of the biggest following given on how big that show is. But some of the DBZ ones are really, really funny. DBZ Abridged is by the guys that did Yu-Gi-Oh! Says Retro, yeah. And I think as well, like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure some of the guys that went on to do the Fight Star and the DBZ ones, I'm pretty sure some of those actually were from the old Naruto one as well, but that's way back. That was like I think it was Mosako X and Vegeta 96 was the guys. I don't know if they have like if that's the same people that do the Dragon Ball Z one. I think they had like, because it's Team Fight Star now, right? That do DBZ. I'm so out of touch with it, so I'm maybe just talking nonsense, but you guys can correct me. Some of those were hilarious, dude. Absolutely hilarious. There was a running joke in Naruto Abridged, right, about Sasuke. If you guys have seen some of this particular anime, you'll know what I'm talking about, right? But Sasuke's got like a vendetta against the log that people always transform into, and there was like a little gimmicky kind of tune that was like 10 seconds long at the end of one of the episodes once, right? Called the Log Song, and it's like, it's just so silly, right? I actually set that as my ringtone once, and I was in an exam at school on my phone. I got a text on my phone, and my phone wasn't on silent, and it was the whole class was sitting in absolute silence, in exam format, complete silence. The teacher's just kind of hands folded, walking around, making sure people are like just behaving themselves and stuff. And then it was like 10 15 minutes before the end, and my phone went off, and it was this log song from Naruto Abridged, and everybody was just like looking around like this, like, and I'm just sitting there like scribbling away, hoping they would shut the fuck up. But I went through like the full like 20-second cycle of this tune, and then Miss Bryce, the teacher that I had at the time, was just like, Jack, I'm hoping that never happens again. And I was like, oh no. It was so funny because my girlfriend, she was watching Naruto Bridge at the time as well. I think she, maybe some of the other classmates, were the only people that recognised it, and oh my god, it was just so funny. That teacher was really cool though. She let me off the hook big time. I don't know if any other teachers would have, but regardless. Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged says Ollie has been going on for donkey's years. I'm sure I was watching it back in the 2005, yeah. I think that so these days with YouTube it might be harder for the creators to kind of make these kind of gimmicky shows because of copyright stuff. Like back in the day, a lot of these people might have been, you know, pulling in, I think it's some of the shows are the biggest they've ever been, so maybe it's not fair for me to say this, right? But I think back in the day some of these channels might have actually been able to monetize their content, and if they were getting hundreds of thousands of views, they might have actually been making a decent bit of money off doing them. But nowadays with the kind of copyright restrictions and all these other things that have came into play, a lot of these shows have probably, if they are still doing it now, they're doing it sheerly for entertainment value, or they're managing to somehow bypass the copyright laws. So I don't know. It is what it is. If some of the shows have died off, it might just be because it's not. If some of these guys are actually, if they do YouTube as their full-time career, if that's their day jobs or whatever, then it's maybe not profitable for them to do it anymore. I don't know. I mean, obviously nowadays as well, there's things like Patreon where you can kind of support content creators and that, in addition to just like their ad revenue. So maybe these people can still do it, unmonetize their videos, and then still do it as their career, which is really cool. If people are willing to support that kind of stuff. So maybe there is ways for people to do it, but if shows were dying off, then I wouldn't be surprised. And they must take so much time as well, especially some of the high-end ones that were starting to like lip sync the footage from the anime with the voices, like the parody voices that they were doing. Some of that shit must take so long, and so much effort goes into like the production, because I think I don't know if they subtitle their videos necessarily, but sometimes I think I subtitled a video once as a joke, and it took me so fucking long, dude. It was like a 6-minute video and I put subs on it. I think it might have actually been a Hitler parody. I think it actually, you know, is it Downfall is the movie? You know, there's that scene from Downfall where Hitler like brings his inner war council in, and then people have dubbed over that scene with everything that you can think of. Like, you know, Hitler finds out that, you know, I don't know, there's been a League of Legends character has been nerfed, and Hitler finds out that Xbox One has been discounted by so much money or something like that. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm pretty sure I did one of them once for League of Legends and my friends, and it took me so long to like put subtitles onto that video. So for people to do like high-end ones with like thousands of people watching must be ridiculous. But was there? Oh, let me see where where did I get up to last time? You might have to rewatch them, says Retro. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge has been going on for donkey's years. Yeah, we caught that, Ollie. That's good. Little Karibo does most of the voices from Yu-Gi-Oh! And DBZ. It's Team 4-star. I think, yeah, I know it's Little Karibo. I've heard him saying that name before. I don't know if some of the guys are related or whatever, but oh, there's some Digimon with a Tamer XP boost. That's insane. I just kind of want some, stats here, boys. Partner of life race slightly. Oh. I mean, that's cool, I guess, because we don't want our dudes to like pass away or whatever, but okay. A lot of these Korean English YouTubers have dual subs, and it must take them ages. Yeah, it must do. I think, Retro, that sometimes if you have a massive YouTube channel that is producing in like big content and getting a lot of views, and it's a lot of high-end production, they will probably just legitimately or literally bring in people to just sub their videos and then pay them a small fee, I would imagine. You might even be able to have people do it from like other countries as well, have like virtual assistants who will sub it for you for like maybe a rate of so many words per £5 or whatever. I don't know, not looked into it too much, but I can imagine it can happen. A friend of mine joined a professional animation company this year, and as a result the animated series she was working on has taken a distant back seat. That's kind of interesting to know though, Ollie. I know that animators on YouTube are, this is quite a fun topic, I kind of like talking about that, so I don't know if you guys are that bothered, but I know for a fact there was a massive hit to animation channels on YouTube a long time ago because of how long the animations need to be and how much effort goes into making an animated video. So if you think about especially ones that are like hand-drawn, so like all the ones we talked about like Yu-Gi-Oh! And DBZ Abridged and all that, they're just taking clips from the show, right? They're downloading clips, editing it together and then dubbing over it, right? That must take a lot of time as well, as we just spoke about, but people who actually draw scene for scene, like maybe as a 1 or 2 man army or like as a small group of people like working on a YouTube animation. Yeah, I think Chaos Man's about to fuck here, so I'm going to just top them up with some HP real quick. Those animated channels must take so long to make videos, right? And these days, if your video is not over 10 minutes, it's so sad, right? It's kind of YouTube wants. I don't know all of the ins and outs about this, so take what I'm saying with a pinch of salt, guys. But YouTube these days, if your video is not over 10 minutes, it tends to take away a lot of privileges from you. It doesn't hide your video or anything like that, but you lose a lot of your like your search engine and algorithm like efficiency. So for example, right, I'll give you guys like a mini example about our channel, right? I made the video the other day about the Last of Us vote, right? And I'm pretty sure that that video, I tried to make it as short as possible because really I didn't want to waste anybody's time. There was no need for that video to be more than 5-6 minutes, right? It was just me saying, we're going to do a live stream of The Last of Us. We're going to do a Let's Play of The Last of Us regularly. I'm caught in between what I want to do. I thought I'd give you guys the chance to vote this time around. Here's the pros and cons of doing it local recordings. Here's the pros and cons of doing it live stream. Here's how you're going to vote in the poll if you want to do it. Here's why we're doing The Last of Us. And it was 6 minutes long. That video really struggled in comparison to some of my other ones. Now, I'm not saying that YouTube, I mean, that's an example that's unique to me and it's kind of hard to kind of pick out amongst all the other stuff. Sometimes YouTube just naturally recommends your video highly to a lot more people than it does if, depending on what length your video is. So for all these animators to make videos that are over 10 minutes, takes them like hundreds of thousands, well maybe not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds if not thousands of manpower hours to create these. And so a lot of these animation channels are just not profitable anymore because of how much time is needed versus how much money they're going to make back from their ad revenue, and it is what it is. But that happened a long time ago. That happened years and years ago. So YouTube does a lot of tweaking and stuff, and sometimes it changes things. I feel kind of bad about for the animator guys, especially the ones who are maybe just starting to build a massive brand or whatever. But luckily these days YouTube is introducing other things to kind of help you support your creators. So even if ad revenue is not the only thing, then there are new ways that you can kind of do that. and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Talk to Samudramon, Jack. Go back, no stop. Oh shit. Oh no, yeah, I wasn't, but yeah, I think we did talk to Samudramon. He gave us 2,000 Tamer XP. All good, Ollie. We got you. I've been trying to hopelessly make an animated series, but I can't find the time or the drive. I mean, it's one of these things. Like, based on how long it would take me to draw one picture of like one still scene, it would take me hours to get something semi-decent, and even then it would look like ass. So for these guys to fire out hundreds of drawings in a row and then to animate it all together, and then I don't even know, dude. I've got a lot of respect for these people. I've also got a lot of respect for people who make like high-end AMVs as well. You know, people who do a lot of really high-end quality like masking of animated moments, like from AMVs, where they'll take like tons of scenes, put them all together, and then they'll like cut out bits of the. Oh, it's only going to be interesting if you've looked into it yourself or have a bit of an interest in it. Me trying to explain it's not going to sell anything to you, but these people must take absolutely hundreds of hours to make even just 30-second long scenes, and it's like, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. I often wondered when I was younger, I was like, you know, why is it that all these animators are getting together and, you know, building like one epic video like as a team of like 4 or 5? Like, why are 8 YouTubers getting together to make one 3-minute YouTube video for like an AMV with tons of different scenes from different animes that all don't really like mesh well? And then it was because it was later on that I realised how much effort and how much like time needs to go into like just masking one tiny moment, one tiny scene, one like something that when you're watching it, it passes by in 3 seconds, but it's took that person literally like hours to make those 3 seconds. And that's why people, in terms of AMVs anyway, and video game music as well, not just animated music videos, but gaming music videos, it must take so long, and I've got none but like respect for the folk that do that, because they can make some really high quality stuff, and the amount of effort that goes in is insane. So kudos if you've ever done that. Squarespace added, says James. Sometimes I look at the animation that people can do and I'm just like, oh yeah, in awe of their talent, says Jamie. I'm the same. I think some of the things that people create is just absolutely incredible. It's crazy. I think about what people, do you know, the thing that really impresses me is when people draw something from their mind or from their memory, and they can sketch out a character so that you instantly know who that character is, right? Without like defining things of their, like if there's let's say, I mean, who's on the screen now? Imperial Dramon, right? If you draw a set of armour and blue feet and then wings and tell people it's a Digimon, they're going to know it's Imperial Dramon, right? But it's when people like draw the face of characters and it's just their facial expressions and how their hair looks and maybe some scars or whatever on the face, and you can know that's the character. That's some next level shit, and I got none for respect again for people that can do that shit, because I wish I had those talents. Unfortunately, I do not. But drawing is a hobby I used to do when I was younger. I've never done it in years now, but I used to find it quite soothing and stuff. Alright, I got some new guys here. What's up, Exmon? I don't think we've spoke to you before. I shall give you some time. Oh, mate, I don't... 120 bits for 10k. 120 seconds for 10k bits? Bitch, what? Exmon, see if I could just like shove this asshole into the... What kind of deal was that, dude? What? That's exactly an example of cheeky Digimon guys, that when you speak to them you don't get an offer. He didn't give us an option to be like yes or no there, he was just like, this is what's happening, fucking deal with it. Luckily Omegamon's here as well. He's going to give us some stuff. Did I get that there? Yeah, cool. Magnamon here, or Magnadramon. Magnamon is going to give us some points for the casino, I think, right? 100, yeah. And then this mad bastard over here is the one that takes away your HP for a big chunk of time. Alright, nice. Retro's going to share a story. You guys remember Ice Sketch? I remember Ice Scribble. You've seen art skill. Jamie says you've seen my art skills in the series of this. Yeah, inside this series. Nah, your artwork was fire, Jamie. Absolute fire, dude. I loved it. I'm so glad that some of you guys took the time, even the ones that were kind of shy and stuff. You guys were the best. I loved it. So grateful. Retro says, me and my mates used to play it at night sometimes, and this guy comes in. Must have been drawing, must have been using a draw pad or something. Comes in with the best looking elephant legs you've ever seen. Finishes the head off, and it's just a really detailed knob. Well, there you go. I've seen things like that as well. Where, you know, it looks like it's going to be something really rude, but then they flip it around, it's actually just, you know, a woman brushing her hair or something like that. Yeah, I've seen some of those. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. I don't understand, you know how there's the, I mean, if any of you guys have ever watched talent shows on the TV, like, I don't know, you know, like Britain's Got Talent or like American Idol or one of these shows that's not about singing, it's about just like what people can do as people. Some of the artists that, you know, I think this is not, I don't know if this is the correct defense. You know the guys that draw art upside down and then when they get to the end they flip the painting upside down and it's like a fully, like a perfect picture of, you know, a celebrity or, you know, a place on the planet or something important. It's like how, it's like their mind is working upside down. I mean, I would imagine in some cases these are all practiced, you know, if that artist practices that like 100 times over and then flips it around, maybe it's not as impressive if he's just doing it from his mind, but still the ability to do that and kind of understand which part is which part of the painting but like reversed is insane. It's absolutely insane. Wasn't there a guy in Britain's Got Talent who did this a few years back? I think so, Retro. I think so. I don't know, like I don't watch these shows that often. The only way I get an interaction with these kind of things is when I see like highlight videos on YouTube and it's like, you know, dance crew performs at the final or something and I'll click that video and I'll watch it. That's normally the only way that I see these kind of talent shows. I don't think anybody in my household at least watches them too much, so I've only got a tiny bit of experience with them. But I do like watching, this is kind of a niche interest as well, but I like watching the like people who have like dance groups that have like synchronized dancing. I don't know if that's weird, it's just something I've always found extremely cool, because I know in my mind like people think, oh, dancing, not really a manly kind of thing, but all these dancers, well, first of all the women are all fit as fuck, right? So if you don't think it's cool, the joke's on you because you're missing out big time. But then even the guys that do the dancing are all right, they're all ripped as fuck, they're all like super fit and they're all dancing with these like really attractive females. The same goes for the females or the people who fancy the men. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, that's just me. I always thought that synchronized dance crews were pretty cool. I don't know if it's the same as having like an amazing artist talent, obviously it's kind of different things, but still really impressive to me, because I know that if I try and stand up at, you know, the New Year's dance and try and all I can do is the Macarena and potentially the Cha-Cha slide depending on how many ciders or beers I've had. But yeah, I don't know. You guys getting a bit fed up with the Dimension District here? It's kind of growing a beard and I've actually realised it's not passing any time either, so Yakuman, what can you actually give us, friend? Nothing but a dark place, blah blah blah. You can have this. I want to know more about this world and its Digimon, so find something to show me, okay? This probably won't get mad at me if you're a partner with Wolfie. I can't wait to see who you bring. Can we do that now? You don't have to. Okay, so she's actually going to have Digimon to like go out and investigate. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that existed. I didn't even know we could recruit her back to the city, in all honesty. Let's what do we want to do here? Let's go to the gym. We will train up for a few hours, proc some hunger with these guys, and then probably proc our Digivolution on the fishing bank as well, I think. It looked like two different people when he flipped it, so talking about the artist guy on Britain's Got Talent Retro. I mean, possibly. Again, I'm not too familiar with those shows, but I would imagine so. Let's put some HP training on here. Just try and top this up a little bit more. Male ballet dancers are incredibly strong. They often lift the female ballet dancers like they're stupidly light. Yeah, I don't understand. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I noticed that when I started talking about dance routines, the chat went oddly silent. I feel like you guys are not fully sharing my hype here, but I guess it's just it is what it is. Different people and whatnot. But who knows? It's kind of cool. I used to watch a lot of dance movies as well, like all the Step Up films and stuff, back when I was a young kiddo. I feel like if I could have chosen another life, I think being a hip hop dancer would have been pretty sick. Doom Thunder says, I mean, who can't lift a 50-kilogram female ballet dancer, says Doom. That's just that's a normal Tuesday for you, Doom, right? You just hit the ballet, lift the birds up, go home, mission accomplished. I like it. Welcome, by the way, Doom. We're just talking nonsense as always, if you're just tuning in. Alright guys, we're pretty much nearly done. I don't know how much I can put myself through any more of this because we've pretty much been grinding this over and over. I'm going to feed these guys, maybe reset them again, and then we should be good to go. Again, I'm kind of conscious of how long these folk are going to last for. Oh, I don't want to actually feed them using meat though. Maybe I should have been, you know, when we've been doing all our bonus episodes, maybe I should have been paying more attention to visiting Seraphimon and eating properly with these guys. They tell you that nutrition is the biggest part of your diet, guys, or, well, Nutrition is obviously the biggest part of your diet. They tell you nutrition is super important when you're working out, guys. Same applies to Digimon. Let's cram a paradise fruit basket down these fools. Or at least 2. The more we can cram down here, the better. This is pretty, I don't know, this is pretty slow. How many can we get? Oh, nice. And that's us for the time being. Alright, cool. What we'll do, folks, is I think I'll go back to the bank inside the city, and we'll see if there's any more chips that we can use to try and make these guys a little bit more buff. Because we've collected them the whole game, right, and I haven't used any of them, so I think it only makes sense. So right now, it's going to be hard for you guys to see this, right, but Clive stats, in fact, we can do it properly, right. I'll do this so that you guys can kind of see, and then move things around in a minute. I thought Titanmon was in Arrestedremon's alley for a minute there. I mean, if Titanmon and Arrestedremon are both in Titanmon's tiny alley together, I don't want to, I'm tuning out of that conversation. Alright, strength, as you guys can see down the bottom, is 9394. Pretty strong. His wisdom's actually maxed out, so all those kind of chips are not useful. It looks like for Clive, strength, MP and HP are what we need, and then Steve is pretty much the same, but he can also get some extra stats in there as well. So with that being said, let's go into the bank here, have a look at some of this stuff. I think I can bring myself back on really quickly. Please God, no, screams the crowd. Alright. Dude, I would love to have some extra monitors, but here we go. I thought, that sounds painful, says James. Yeah, it definitely does. Right, Titanmon and Arrestedremon. Wait, have I turned myself off again? Or is this just on catch? No, we're fine. Sorry, guys. We're good. I'm just letting the stream catch up and it's slow. Let's see if we have any stat chips in here, because I think we have a bunch stashed away. We should probably take these as well. Why have I not got these in my inventory? I don't understand. Okay. Massively increases the range of attack. We actually do have some. Oh no, that's just attack though. Is there anything else? Greatly increases the range. We'll take these back out. Okay, cool. That wasn't what I came in for, but these are. So we've got 2 HP chips, 13 MP chips. What the fuck? 13. This is great. Okay, I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you. Can't take any more right now at this point in time, so we're just gonna deposit some of these shitters. And then go back down here. Strength, we need all of you. I think, let's just take the whole fucking lot, right? As many as we can. Okay, and we've got some HP mini chips as well. I guess we'll bring some of those. And these are all mini shit. Alright, we can have a look at that in a minute. Alright, time to steroid up our dudes. You guys down for that? I'm probably going to be wrapping things up here soon, guys. So if you're hoping for anything more exciting, I don't think I'm going to have anything exciting today. We're just doing a nice little brief one, I'm afraid. But still, we've managed to accomplish a lot of our things, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Let's have a look. So these guys both need HP, so we're just going to split some of these up here. HP regular chips 1000. I mean, it's almost not noticeable when it puts up kind of so little, but that being said, we still have a lot of MP chips, so this should be really good. So if I just cram these towards the boys, I don't think I need to have any regrets here, folks. We've saved up so much. We've saved these up the whole series, so it feels kind of good to be using them now, but you guys can get a bit of a, I don't know if this is even a treat, but regardless, we get to see this just now on the live stream and it feels pretty good. Alright, blah 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 blah. What was I wanting to do here? I wanted to go back into the partners and just check one last time before I start wasting these. Speed for Clive and speed for Steve, so we could use both our speed chips as well. Let's just do that really, really quickly. We've only got 4 of these, so 2 each is going to be perfect. Probably going to top us up. If I end up wasting a couple of chips here and there, guys, I'm honestly not that bothered about it. Do 1 of these each. Strength chip, we could definitely bang into most of these guys. So we'll just bomb these away as well. It might even come up and tell us that Steve, I think Steve is the weakest one. Is Steve the weakest one? Fuck it, we'll give that to Steve. I don't know if we can actually cap out with these. The game might actually pop up and tell us that we can't use any more, so that being said, I don't want to waste them. I don't think we'll have any more Digimon after these guys, so that's why I'm not really concerned about it too much. So our speed and wisdom is maxed out now for Clive, almost maxed out for Steve. If we've got another wisdom chip, I'll use it on him. But for the most part, we're heading in a pretty good direction, folks. I'm going to use some of our mini HP chips as well right now as well and just spam them. Jerry's here. Welcome, Jerry. Time to grind. Chaos and Imperial Dramon. Yeah, we're pretty busy, Jerry. I'm sorry if you missed the start of this, buddy, but we've just been kind of grinding out for our bonus episodes. We haven't been doing anything quest-based. We've just been grinding up resources, upgrading buildings, and also training up our guys, doing some Digivolutions as well. Well, the Digivolution part, I will say, is quite a big deal, but we've been having fun. Right, I need to give this to Steve, I think. Wisdom chip needs to go over to Steve to top him off. I think it was Steve. I've already forgot, but for the most part, I'm not really going to give it too much of a shit. And I want to give the HP mini chip to both these guys. It's going to do absolutely nothing for them at this point, but I'm not, as I said, it's almost insignificant at this point. Cool. I know my webcam covers up every time I go into one of these menus. I know I'm covering up the stats, guys, so I apologise. I can give another wisdom chip to Steve, and then for the most part, we're looking pretty good indeed. Alright, last one. Then we're going to proc our fishing bank, and I think we'll probably call it quits. If I do decide to take these guys up a little bit longer, or grind these guys up a little bit more, it probably won't take me too long, I don't think. Can maybe do some more last minute HP grinding or something, but I think we can get most of our HP stats from now on from the food bank and stuff, from Seraphimon's place. So let's wait, do I have all these as well? I guess I've been collecting these. We should maybe be selling some of these stones, in all honesty. Try and make up some of our money back that we've been spending. Alright, stamina chip. I don't think we actually need you. You're already pretty much maxed out for both our guys, so that's pretty cool. And for the most part, looking good, guys. We've done really well. There's nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, says James. I think you know all about that, given that the second baby's just appeared, James. I like the different game streams, to be honest, says Retro. It's okay to see Digimon, but I'm done with it now. Yeah, I think I'm kind of coming close to the next order, the end of the next order as well. Check this out though, guys. If you've never seen a fully upgraded fishing bank before, boom de yada, there we have it in all its glory. We've got a nice fuck off giant Digifish statue planted right in the middle. I don't know who put that there, but yeah. Purple, light blue, green, another colour of blue, I guess, turquoise, and then regular light blue, and then a gold coloured bath as well, yellow. So it's pretty cool. Nice. Nice too. For the most part, I think we're good though. Let's check the ages of our Digimon. Clive and Steve, you guys are 21 and 21. I guess we could maybe train them through another day and just use the gym a little bit more so I can chat to you guys. I think. You guys down for that? Just like an extra 10 minutes or something. Gonna go up the escalator. Tonight we won't be pushing into the early hours of the morning, guys, so if you are home to get to your bed for work or whatever, hopefully we won't keep you this evening, because I know some of you guys were staying up super late for the other streams and then probably going out to your work at like 7 AM the next day to get to your work for 8 or 9 or whatever. Who knows? Right. There ain't nothing wrong. Yeah, I like the different game streams. Oh, hi Mark, says James. I was thinking about setting oh hi Mark as one of our like donation sounds or something. Or maybe like our subscription sound effect if somebody subscribes while we're streaming here on YouTube. I don't know. I never actually, I feel really bad because I put the chat on top of my YouTube kind of dashboard, so I can see the stream health and I can see my webcam in the bottom left, so if I look like a massive tit more so than usual, I can kind of quickly correct it. And then I've got my chat on top, so if people have been subscribing during the stream, I always miss those, so I apologise if any of you guys have been subscribing and I never like call out those particular subscriptions, and I apologise, but it's because I'm kind of working with a restricted setup at the moment, which is kind of sucky, but it's alright. Alright, Steve, you need to go on MP. We're going to take you up to 70,000, I think, and then Clive, you are pretty much almost maxed out, mate, in terms of your stats, so you can just sit on the HP training. Coolios. Coolios indeed. I don't know for the Bolt Bite 1 rematch how strong we need to get these guys, but obviously if we can just get them as close to max stats as possible, then that would be absolutely ideal. I was trying to wonder if now that we've done our fishing bank upgrade, if we have like another restaurant upgrade or something like that. Maybe there's actually a better dish that we could be using and buying right now that I've not looked into. We'll do that in a minute, guys, before we hang up our boots. We'll have a look at the builder a little bit and check out some of the upgrades that are available to us and whatnot. So stick on some Spyro 3 for this after this for an hour, says Retro. We could do, but then what I want to do is try and keep my I'm not adverse to doing different types of live streams in the future, so let's say we do like a few hours of Digimon, then do a few hours of something else. I'm not adverse to that, but for the time being I'm going to keep my try and keep my VODs kind of similar to one game, so that way when I come to upload the VODs, they are just only Digimon or only Spyro, if that makes sense. We'll maybe keep Spyro 3 for later on, maybe sometime later in the week or next week or something. because I'm going to start recording The Last of Us and stuff. Like I keep saying that over and over, but it's what I'm going to be doing soon. So I think that while I'm recording The Last of Us, I won't be live streaming The Last of Us, obviously. And now that we're coming to the end of Next Order, we probably won't be streaming Next Order either. So we'll keep Spyro 3 for next week, or the next kind of upcoming week's retro, okay? And if we can slide that into the DMs at some point, then we'll slide into the DMs. But for the time being, we're just gonna have some Digimon tonight, I think, and then keep it nice and a nice little cuddly package, if you like. Right. Paradise Fruit Basket. Is there anything that can give me better HP here? This can, but only gives me 1,000, and it gives me no MP. This one gives me 750 MP, but nothing else. Is this better? I don't know if we should just maybe aim for HP over everything else. Because this one's going to give us all the extra stats that we don't need anymore, so I guess we shouldn't be doing that. Alright, let's do this then. We'll go do Gold Sauce Terrain. Only gives us 30 satiety as well, but it is 30 grand. So let's see how many of these we can get down. 3. That's not bad. That was like 3k HP added to the stats. So that's pretty good. I'm going to just go across to the builder real quick, folks. Boat Boatmon rematch out on Thursday. Ask Fabsy. I don't know when it'll be out, dude. I'm going to try and record it as quickly as I can, but we might not even beat them first time, which is something that I expect we will hopefully manage, but I don't know how many goals I'll need to take. If we fail against them, then I'm probably going to have to grind up a little bit more, which I don't want to do, but that might be a possibility I need to consider. So I don't know when the next bonus episodes will be out. I'll try and get them out as quickly as I possibly can, guys, for any of you guys that have been watching on the regular, but yeah, it might take some extra time. I don't even know when the fishing stuff will come out. I want to get started ASAP on recording The Last of Us, because I don't want... we were talking about days of the week and months of the year the other day in the last stream. I'm kind of conscious of how quickly we're coming up towards the end of November, start of December. And if we start The Last of Us, I don't want the episodes to be running into Christmas Day and things like that, because I don't want to be uploading The Last of Us Let's Play episode 20 or 25 or whatever on Christmas Day. I want to try and get it finished before. So I probably need to get cracking with that ASAP so that I can get it all recorded, edited, rendered and uploaded for you guys, so that we don't run it into Christmas, because I think that would be a bit fucking weird, you know, but who knows. Anyways, we came into the builder to look at our it was a restaurant, right? Yeah, it can be upgraded. We need 50 firewoods. That's so painful, dude. If it had been any other tree, I would have been delighted, but look at just take a peek, guys, right? This is how Next Order in video games sometimes tend to dick you, right? Look at all the wood we have in our collection of wood right now. We've got whitewood, 290, 814 Digi-Blackwood. We've got Digi-Blackwood for days, right? Digi-Greatwood, 88, Digi-Godwood, 179. We have one Digi-Firewood, and it's the one we need. How fucking typical is that? How typical is that? Delighted. So, with that being said, I don't know if we'll be going for the final upgrade on our restaurant, because that shit seems like an absolute fucking chore. We can't get firewood from the district pathways, I don't think, which means the only way I can be picking that up is from either Faulty X Machina or from the little red house up in the Logic Volcano. But sometimes that tree is ass. You can farm it once. Sometimes it gives you 2 firewood. I'm not doing 25 runs of that shit. It's not happening. So that's a bit of a shame, because I feel like we could really be benefiting from having the last restaurant upgrade, but I don't know. I also wanted to get the square, so maybe I'll hold off on other upgrades to try and get the square, because I've never actually seen that before in my life, so it'd be kind of cool to see that. Digi-Godwood and Starwood, I mean, maybe we could do the warehouse, get that max level, I don't know. Advanced item shop we could do. We've got rubies, Digi-Emeralds. I mean, does any of that clash with the square? Yeah, the rubies, but we've got lots of them, so maybe that's actually not a problem. Arena, not really that fussed. Space Time, we're not really that fussed. I guess we put on the advanced item shop, guys. I might come to regret that in the future, but for the time being, we're alright. Stick on an upgrade, round off with that nonsense, and yeah. Final episode released on Christmas Day or Eve, says Fabsy. Hopefully we can get The Last of Us finished before Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. I'm not sure though. I have no idea how long it's going to take me. I don't know how long the game is. I mean, I can Google the estimated play duration of like the main story, but I don't know how long it's going to take us. I could try and just grind it out over the next week, easy peasy recording it and stuff, but then it's the editing, rendering and uploading that kind of slows us down and stuff. So not entirely sure how that's gonna fly exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan for that. I'll try and get it done ASAP so we can start pumping those episodes out soon. I would like to start that ASAP pretty much, because we've been doing the Spiral live streams, we're doing like Next Order bonus episodes, and now we're doing like a Next Order stream, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I think we should be starting something new. For all you guys who have been sticking with the channel, you deserve something new, I think. So yeah, Last of Us should be started soon. Gonna put these guys to bed, I think. We don't want to train them on strength. Let's do some Steve, you're on the MP. Clive, you're on the HP. We'll just take these guys into the fresh morning, and I think we'll be good to go. I think we could probably keep them for like a few more days and just keep grinding them up over and over, but I'm so scared they're going to pass away. I don't know how that's going to work. And we've got them this far, it'd be so stupid to like... Because I think right now in their current form we could probably defeat Boltmon, but I would be so sad if we like wake up in the morning and then one of them passes away. That would just be an absolute fucking nightmare. So what I'll do is I'll start making my saves on save 2 from this point onwards, and that way we won't run into any extra disappointments or whatever. Alright, communication donezo. Retro says it's about 10 hours to beat. Alright, cool. So like I said, that should be pretty straightforward to record, but it's the post-editing stuff that takes a while afterwards, Retro. Obviously, you can sit down, play the game solid for 5 hours, take a break, play it for another 5 hours, boom, game's done, right? But it's all the extra shit that comes with that I need to kind of organise. Sometimes my hard drive needs cleaned out, so that takes an hour to like move hard drive space around. Sometimes I notice that once I finish editing an episode, which will take like 2 or 3 hours, I'll realise that actually I've left something really stupid at the end, like an extra clip of like 5 minutes that I forgot to edit out, so I need to render it again. It's just shit like that. It's normally just little silly things, but let's just eat some more cold sauce terrines here. So yeah, that's a bit of a behind the scenes look at the editing kind of nonsense, but time to go punch some trees, says Dragon Ollie. I don't think we're going to punch any more fire trees tonight. That would be too stressful. I think we've done enough punching of resource points this evening, but I'm proud of you guys for sticking through it. Throws hands out to the sky. Oh, J-Bob, please come grant us with your greatest wisdom, says Ollie. Oh, because J-Bob's a lumberjack, of course. All makes sense now, of course. How did I forget that? J-Bob indeed. Some say if he says his name 3 times he appears in the chat, and then hits us up with his lumberjack tips. Who knows? Alright. I have Crash 2 playthrough on my channel and I beat it all in one sitting, says Retro. I mean, it depends what your stamina is like as a gamer as well, Retro, right? I can lie in my bed and play video games all day, but it's I think you need practice to give comment. I mean, you said you've done it, so kudos, right? But for me personally, I need time to like I need to take breaks in between the constant yammering. Otherwise, the commentary just gets so mundane. You guys will have seen it, right? Towards some of the end of the Next Order bonus episodes, I try to keep as motivated and as hypey as I can, but if I record like 3 episodes in a row and I try and do a 4th one, normally the 4th episode recording is going to be shit. So I try and take breaks to try and provide the best kind of experience that I can. But that's just me personally. Again, if you guys can do that and not have to take breaks, then you're a better guy than me. But he sleeps all night and works all day, says Dragon Ollie. He cuts down trees, eats his lunch, goes to the lavatory. Isn't that what most people do? With the exception of the cutting trees part, James. I don't... God bless J-Bob. Not even here. I feel like we should be talking about when he's not here, but we're only saying nice things. Alright, Gold Sauce Terrain. I'm going to bash one of you guys down again. And I think from here, guys, we will be good to wrap up. So thank you so much for sticking around. I'm sorry we didn't have anything exciting, but hopefully I tried to give you guys as clean of a title as I could with this stream, because I didn't want to bait you guys into thinking we were doing something super hype. The DNA Digivolution was pretty cool, I will admit. I wished we had kind of maybe got some new, fresh DNA Digivolution Digimon, because obviously from EXE and in the past we've had both Chaosmon and Imperial Dramon, so to get these dudes again, it's kind of like, oh, you know, I'm super pleased that they're here and whatnot, but I'm going to save over this one again, I think, right? I said I was going to save over slot 2, but this one's further back. We're actually almost caught up to my original save, which is King Boss, level 46. Holy shit. Ridiculous. Alright, let's just save over this one and we'll just keep it here, because honestly I don't think we're gonna I don't think these guys are going to be passing away immediately as soon as I start talking to you dudes or anything weird like that. So for the most part, say goodbye to Clive and Steve, guys. They've been pretty good to us today. We've managed to get their stats all the way up to max stats for Clive, almost max stats for Steve, with the obviously the difference being, excuse me, their HP and their MP. So HP and MP is a little bit lower than I would have liked, but regardless, they're still pretty high. I can maybe even train these guys for a couple more days before we fight Bolt Bit 1 if we need to. Not entirely sure. I'm going to leave all of the item buying and stuff for the actual episode itself, but for the most part, yeah, that is us, guys. I'm pretty sure. How long have we been on for tonight? Let me just check that really quick. Only three and a bit hours, so not bad. Just a nice little cheeky stream. Very random. I think I will probably use a little bit more of my evening to go and maybe start recording The Last of Us, potentially record our bonus episodes. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll probably use that time as wisely as I can. I'm going to go make some snacks as well because I'm pretty hungry too. But I want to thank you guys for coming out and chilling. Sorry that was just a little cheeky, tiny short stream tonight, guys, but I hope you guys enjoyed. You were pretty good at chilling, dropping the regular memes and whatnot, keeping me entertained while I grind through the monotony of training up Mega Digimon in Next Order. But thanks for that, folks. J-Bob grants us wisdom, J-Bob grant us wisdom, J-Bob grant us wisdom. I do get that reference, Ollie. I do get that one. That's some Bakamon talk right there, right? It wasn't that long, to be honest. I think the first time I used my capture card, it was for the Mile High Club veteran fit back in the days of Call of Duty 4. Nice retro. That's quite a good. That's a very memorable level to have saved. Well, for your capture card to be used for something, I think that's a pretty good starting video for it to record. That's some old school shit right there. I love it. Love it to bits. Me and my friends used to sit inside the, again, talking about my friend's gaming shed, we used to sit inside my friend's shed, and we would try and do the starting area. You know, when you do the, what's it called? When you run the little area at the start of Call of Duty 4, when you're in the training camp thing with you're playing a soap and you've got Captain Price telling you to hit the targets and throw flashbangs and all that jazz. I forget what it's called, but I remember we used to try and beat that because there was an Infinity Ward best time, and it was like something ridiculous, like 14 seconds. And there was a couple of my mates actually beat the Infinity Ward's best time by like a couple of seconds. It was, I couldn't believe it. I never even tried to go near that because I thought it's one of these things that once I get started, I knew I wouldn't put it down until I got it, and that's just, how long is that going to take me? I don't know. But that was back when I had a lot of console Call of Duty experience or whatever. So who knows? Yep, chilling here is a good evening, says Jamie. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you guys had fun. Hopefully the gameplay wasn't as boring as I thought, and the banter was enough to keep us going for the time being. Let's transition across. We'll cut out some Digimon music and whatnot. But thanks for coming out, guys. These have been an absolute pleasure. I just opened something. What the fuck was that? Insane. Thank you to all you guys who have came out, chatted away. Hope you had fun. And I'll try and be up to date with some more info about what we're going to be doing soon. And yeah, I'll have all my updates on Twitter and all that usual jazz. I don't need to make this like a long-winded outro or anything like that this evening. But thanks for coming out, guys. I hope you had fun. And I will chat to you very soon. Look out for The Last of Us episode 1. It'll probably be towards the end of the week. It's not going to be tomorrow. Mr. Wolfie's got dinner plans on Thursday, which I absolutely cannot sabotage, so I got to work around that at some point as well, which means we probably won't have anything coming out on Thursday. So, but for the time being, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to hit you guys up with the ending screen here, which I don't think is actually Spiral. Yeah, luckily it's not. But yeah. Thanks for coming out, guys. I will talk to you very soon. Have a good night. Have a good rest of your week. And I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.